Hello. So I muted.
Hello?
I think I was muted. I muted my. I did the thing where I was muted. Anyways. Kyo, do you have your headphones in? Oh, what the? I am not streaming Bayonetta. What the actual?
Yeah, your title is saying that.
I changed you.
Did you?
Let me fix this. Let me fix this. I changed this. It should not say that. It should not say that. It should not say that. I hear myself like 50 times over trying to change this right now. Where? Dude, I changed this yesterday. Did I not save it? Cannot believe this. There. I updated it.
Huh? Doing the refresh?
Oh great, a random Pika, of course. Let's just throw that in there while I'm trying to do an 18 plus stream. Cool. I think I edited everything. I had it fixed yesterday, and for some reason it reverted, which is annoying. Okay. I wish I could make stream elements send that again and actually say the correct thing, because I'm not playing Bayonetta, obviously. Okay. Anyways. Oy. I think it... Let me make sure this thing worked this time. Eventually it will be a lot less scuff. Eventually.
We're improving.
Improving day by day.
Yes.
Okay, it actually has the right thing on there now too, which is good. Okay. Gosh, I have to check like 5 things to make sure it's doing the right thing. Disclaimer. I'm gonna have that as my disclaimer. This is not a Bayonetta stream. Okay. So, there were questions that I got, both anonymous, and then I also have some that I don't know if they want to be anonymous or not. I mean, Espa being one of them, because she just, I mean, they just kind of throw things willy-nilly. So I honestly don't know if Espa wants their question anonymous or not. Or questions, I should say. Okay, I think it's starting to work. But yeah, okay, finally. I think the scuff is starting to wear off a little bit. Okay. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to very peaceful sounding scuff. Today is the open box stream where I'll be answering questions. I have 18 plus here just so people know that some of these questions can veer on topics that are more mature, which is completely fine because I am fine talking about mature topics. This stream is for people to be able to ask questions about things they don't understand. It can be on many different topics, like it says, it's an open box kind of thing. It's not like predetermined towards one thing. We can go off on tons of different topics. I'm gonna put my... Is my music loud? First off, I need to know if the music's loud. Because if the music is loud, I need to fix that. There, I think that's better for a music volume. We'll do that. Okay. It just sounds loud in my head, so I don't know how it sounds to you guys. But, anyways, like I was saying, these questions were sent in. Some are anonymous. Some, if you guys ask them in chat, you know, obviously I'll answer them as you ask them in chat. The only thing is, please do not be rude to somebody for how they word a question if they're trying their best to word something, especially if they don't have knowledge on a topic. There really isn't anything off the table to ask me. You can ask me about me. You can ask me about, which I know quite a few people are going to be asking about, like sexual education type questions. You can ask, even though I have a dedicated day this week for doing an astrology stream, if you have an astrology question, that's fine. If you like, and the thing is, I do have to do this as a disclaimer. If you ask me a medical question, even though I do have a medical background, I am not your doctor. I cannot go to your house and draw your blood and give you a test. So if you ask me a question and I answer your question and you feel like you may have symptoms or something, or like you are kind of feeling like it might apply to you if it's a mental health question, then go seek the help of a professional. If you feel like your professional sucks, get a second opinion from someone that you deem more fit if you feel like you're not being listened to. But I do have to say that, like, I have experience both myself with medical things as well as having a background in being in the medical field too, but that does not mean I am your doctor or your therapist or your whatever. I'm your big sister giving you honest advice. That's it. Okay? Don't go running off and Googling WebMD and like thinking you're dying, okay? But yes, that I had to put that disclaimer out in the beginning. But everything is free for being asked questions right now. The floor is open. Aya and Kyo, feel free to say hello to everyone to let them know you're here. Don't make me...
Why, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, in my blood.
No, it's alright. Dude, I was eating a burger earlier.
I'm just gonna call you out. Like, start talking Aya while you're eating. But yeah. So kind of, it's like I know Espa has questions, but I don't know if I want to start answering the question until she like is actually here. So I'm not like repeating the question. But other than that, let me just go into some other questions instead while we're waiting to see if Miss Espa, waiting to see if they, Espa, I'm trying to get better, guys. Okay, look, Virgo moon issues here. I completely respect.
Shoot.
I like completely respect pronouns, but my Virgo moon wants to respect grammar, and it drives me nuts. So it's like a constant battle in my brain of like trying to autocorrect myself as I'm talking. But that is some weird noises. I was just a little confused. But let me check this and see. So I'll go ahead and do one anon here, which is going to kind of go along with the whole the thing, which is why I did the disclaimer on the medical professional thing. Now,
Oh my god.
this is a multi-part question. So, this kind of goes along with what happened in my debut, where I talked about what happened to me because of the rare illness I have. And it kind of brought up the topic of slightly because, you know, I kind of slightly mentioned some of my symptoms that happened when I went into organ failure. Now, this question is, are there any phases or signs that lead to any form of organ failure? Like, that's one part of the question. Organ failure is a very trippy, yeah, it's trippy, but it's a very, I really hope that car doesn't get picked up in the background. Are you serious? But, it's a very tricky topic because the reason these things happen is it's different for everybody. Like, for me, it was a rare instance of a rare medical condition that just took over everything. For others, it can come from, like, you can have liver failure from alcohol poisoning. You can have things that happen that are like STDs and things that make that happen. But the thing is, when it comes to different organs, if you know what their functions are, you can kind of put into a guess of if something is off with your body, especially if you know where the organ's located and you're having pain in that area of your body. It can kind of tell you something's going on. So it's kind of like both anatomy and function that you want to look at. So, like, the liver itself is like, think of it like the body's huge filter. Like, because your body's water, right? If we're going to put it in like layman's terms here. Think of it like you have a big Purina filter in your body and it's your liver. Which means all the stuff that your body doesn't need as nutrients, your liver tries to like kind of do first line defense, filter it for you. And it tries to turn it into things that then your kidneys can filter as well, so that way your kidneys just basically spit out urine. Now, if your filter is busted, things will start showing up weird. Now, mine was a very extreme case. You should not be showing up yellow as a first sign that something is wrong. Like, your body should not be turning yellow. Okay? Like, that is like late stage, you are kind of screwed, okay? There are plenty of signs before that you should be paying attention to. Definitely, I know it sounds gross, but you know, if you are worried that you might have like liver or even kidney issues, like if you're having like pain in your abdomen, like whether that is like up under your chest bone kind of area where your liver would be, or like on your lower sides where your kidneys are, look at your urine. Okay, I know it sounds gross, but turn around when you pee, or if you're a dude, just look at it. I guess you guys stand there, but most of you anyways. I think some of you sit too. Sit, stand, whatever you do. But look at it and look at the coloring. If it's pretty much clear, like a light yellow, you're good. You're Gucci. Like your system's filtering, you're hydrated, you're doing good, okay? You're doing good, sweetie. Like keep drinking your water. That's what's important. Now, if it is kind of dark, like kind of like mid, like a dark yellow, you might just be dehydrated. You might need to drink more water, take a little bit better care of yourself, get better nutrients going in your body so your body can process things better. If your urine is looking kind of orange, like the top of my eyes, that is not good. That's not good. And I gotta sneeze. No, I don't. Do I? Okay. Don't gotta sneeze. You don't gotta sneeze. Okay. God, sneezes have been attacking me today, my allergies. But, okay. But anyways, if it looks like that, there's a few things that could be happening. One, you are severely dehydrated. Now, if you're looking at your stuff first thing in the morning, that is not a good indicator, because when you first wake up, obviously you have not drank the entire night while you are asleep. So it's better not to judge by your very first pee in the morning. Like, it's better to, like, you know, get some fluids in you and, like, maybe judge by your second pee. Now, if it is like you've been drinking water all day, you've been like doing healthy things, and you go to the bathroom and you see the color that I just mentioned, where it's like almost like an orange brown or like a very, very dark yellow, and you know you've been drinking, you know you're hydrated, that is like a sign that there is something going on. Because that means there is a lot of ketones, which means that they were not broken down properly in your body, that is making that color happen. It also means you have other things that are elevated in your body. Now, this can happen because of many different things. It can happen because of stress. If you're very overstressed, obviously your body's overstressed, and it's going to be producing things extra, because it's trying to help itself, and it's like freaking out and trying to do that to like calm you down, like producing cortisol and things like that, which is extra stuff that your body needs to filter, which puts extra stuff in your urine. So, like I said, when things are brought up, don't go crazy to WebMD and start typing in, my urine is dark, because believe me, you're gonna freak yourself out, okay? If you are worried and you're consistently seeing dark urine, like, I mean consistently, like you're seeing it, go to a doctor and get an actual test done. Like, get an actual, like, blood test done. Not just urine, get a blood test done. But I would recommend getting a urine test done too, because that'll show you your levels in your body and if things are okay or not. And then plus you'll already have results for, you know, seeing a doctor. But if it's like a fluke kind of thing, where like you notice it and you've been having like a very stressful time, and it's like maybe you didn't realize that maybe you skipped water when you thought you didn't, or you didn't drink enough fluids, or maybe like you're just really stressed out and like your body's overcompensating, and then like the next day things are kind of back to normal, like that was just your body like not being able to handle what was going on, which is normal. Things like that happen. Our bodies go through phases of things like that. But what's important is if things regulate out. If they don't regulate out, that's when you need to go in and get things checked out. And do not wait, like I did, until you start seeing your eyes turning yellow. Okay? Even though mine was a rare instance and it was very quickly onset and it happened very rapidly, I probably wouldn't have been as worse condition as I was if I wouldn't have kept telling myself I was delusional and seeing shit when I saw yellow eyes. Which is very easy to do that. You don't want to believe you're seeing things like that. Especially if you're in the med field and you know what it means. You're just kind of like, nah, like, it's lighting. Like, it's really easy to do that. But, that's just like a little thing right there. But there's obviously multiple organs in the body. A common thing dealing, like, you know, going on the topic of the heart, and you knowing the function of the heart, it's supposed to pump blood throughout your body. It's supposed to help things circulate, and through blood circulating, it's oxygen circulating through your body. So one of the things that people may not know is that when you're having heart issues, you do have breathing issues, and sometimes it can cause like fluid buildup in the lungs as well. But that's more closer to the lines of congestive heart failure is what that's called. So it can cause like fluid buildup in different areas of the body. That's called ascites. And the thing with that is like also like stages deep within, like how I was saying, like if things are turning yellow when it comes to the liver or things like with the kidneys and stuff, like fluid buildup in the lungs is kind of late too. So you're not going to immediately be feeling that unless there's something really heavy going on. More than likely with having heart issues, you'll have trouble, like, you know, breathing. It'll feel okay, random anime in the background, but it'll feel like, you know, it's a little hard to breathe. You might have a lot of anxiety things, high blood pressure, things like that, hypertension, which is high blood pressure. It's just another way of saying it. Also, if you go to, this is something I really want to say here, if you go to a doctor and they are just spitting terms at you, because this was a pet peeve of mine, because a lot of doctors didn't know, because I have so many things going on with me. A lot of them didn't know I had a medical background, and when they would talk to me, they would literally just spit the medical terminology at me. Now, I understood it, but what if I didn't have a med background, and the way they were talking to me, they would not... a person would not understand, because they were just using like all their medical jargon. If you don't understand something, a lot of times if doctors are just like, you know, rushing, like, it's not your fault. That's a big thing. It is not your fault if a doctor is running late. Okay? Like, you're there for your appointment. If they're running late and they're trying to rush you by confusing you with words, you stop them and you ask them questions. If they say a random word, and like, it could be any word. They could be saying something like erythropoietin or something, and you're just like, what? And like, you don't know what the heck that is. And literally, like, don't be afraid, because they went to school for this for like almost a decade, dude. Like, of course they're gonna know what it means. You did not go into a field to learn all this medical crap. It is their job, and they also learn while in school how to break it down, how to have a bedside manner, even though some of them they suck at it, even though some of them really suck at bedside manner. They went to school to learn these different things, and they took a code of ethics too for how they're supposed to treat their patients. So if you're at a doctor and they're not explaining things, that might also show you maybe you might want to get a second opinion on something if you feel uncomfortable and they're not willing to explain things to you. Because it shouldn't be up to you to try to remember something that a doctor said and then try to Google it later and scare the crap out of yourself. Especially like if it's literally, they could just explain what they're saying and how like it doesn't really Like, they were just saying the word as a way to explain it. Like, of, like, anything. It could have been, like, a lab result that they were explaining. And it's like, they just, like, off the top mentioned it, but it sounds very strange to you, so you freak out. And, like, don't be afraid to say anything. Now, also, it goes the same for mental health. Like, if you're seeing, like, a therapist or a psychiatrist or something, do not be, the actual fuck car. Do not be afraid to speak up and say something. What the heck was that? Okay. Sounds like things are just falling apart outside. I don't know what the heck's going on. But, anyways. That just made me have a moment. It just made me have a complete moment where I forgot what I was talking about. All that noise that just happened. Anyways. But yeah, if you're seeing a mental health professional, it's the same thing as seeing a doctor for your physical health. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid if you feel like you're not being listened to. Don't be afraid to say something. Because a lot of times it's very easy to get steamrolled. And if you'll find out if you feel comfortable with the doctor, if you ask them questions and they choose to listen to you or not. Because you need to feel safe when speaking to somebody about your health. It's a really big thing. And also pay attention to your body. And I'm not just saying, like, you know, signs of things. I'm saying also how you actually feel. Because a lot of times, like, say we have food cravings or we have, like, a certain feeling of just being, like, either very exhausted or very hyper. Just a lot of different things, right? It doesn't, and I also want to say this, age does not matter. It does not, dude. I've been riddled with health issues from young. Like, it does not freaking matter. And it's one thing that doctors do that drives me absolutely nuts is like, you're too young for this to be happening to you. You cannot put an age on the human body deciding to do messed up shit. Whether that's mental health, physical health, whatever. You cannot put an age on that, and that needs to be completely, like, just kicked out the door. Like, the age shit. But, anyways, like I was saying, listen to your body, no matter what your age is, whether young, old, whatever, listen to your body. If you eat certain foods and your body reacts a certain way, whether it's good or bad, pay attention to it. Don't just, like, brush it off. Like, maybe your body has a hard time processing a certain type of food. And I freaking sneezed. Oh my god. All the almost sneezing happening here. But, if you, like, this, okay, I'll give this as an example. So, what ended up happening to me was I went through the whole liver issue, right? And I came out of the hospital and I could not eat meat because it literally would make me sick because my body could not process it. It was not in a shape where it could process a lot of things, actually. Anything very heavy protein, because protein gets processed through the liver. Anything that was heavy in that sense, it was hard for me, but your body needs protein in order to, like, you know, make energy and shit. So it's like, I had to find a protein that I could eat that would help me. And it turned into, basically, I was doing a lot of, like, fruits and vegetables. I had to actually get, like, protein, like, powder type things to put in, like, fruit shakes and smoothies that I would make, because it's like anything heavier than that was just too, it was too much for my body to process. And I was just eating, like, pretty much salads for, like, months, because that's literally, like, it was spinach salads. It wasn't like lettuce. It was like fresh baby spinach and artichokes and things like that. So it's like they had a lot of nutrients in them, but it was like I had to figure out what my body could handle. And then slowly, as I got strength back, I started introducing little bits of meat. But even now, I still cannot eat like heavy amounts of meat, or I will feel sick. Like I can do it like every once in a while. So what I do what I do is I actually eat a lot of plant-based foods that are made into like, you know, plant-based chicken nuggies and like things like that. But it's like, you know, I still have the feel of eating meat and things like that, because you know there's so much stuff that's plant-based that's made that I'm able to feel like I'm still eating, you know, normal, because sometimes that can do something to your mental too. Like I can't eat like I used to, I'm not normal. Well, do something that's comforting for yourself. Like I found the chicken patties, I found French toast sticks, I found a whole lot of different I found sausages and things, and people have gotten really good about making that stuff actually taste like the same thing. Like I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, but I'm also getting like a lot of nutrients that I need, because they really put a lot of nutrients in those foods, and my body can actually handle it. I don't feel sick. So that's like kind of an example of listen to your body. Like it can go the same for someone being like lactose intolerant. You know, if now some people are just like, screw it, I know I'm lactose intolerant, I'm gonna do it, I know what it does to my body, but I want that ice cream. Which, I mean, do you, boo? Like, if you know what's gonna happen and it makes you like happy to be able to do what you're doing, like I said, listen to your body and know your limits. It's pretty much the whole thing with that. Like I said, there are some times that I do partake in eating actual meat, but I know my limits with it. And if I do eat meat one day, there is probably not going to happen again for at least a week or longer, just because of how my body system is. Or I'm going to feel extremely sluggish and I'll feel very icky. And it's like, you know, just creating extra stress on your body, especially when you need energy. When you put extra stress on your body, it just depletes your energy. And that can easily come from food. That can also make it to where your organs are, like, circling back to the thing, your organs are working harder to process things because your body doesn't naturally break them down easy. So it can like circle around. So if you're worried about something, also, I have to say this too. Crash dieting is, oh my god. No. Their extreme diet things are not safe, and it can make your organs do crazy things. It can make your organs mimic failure, and for some people, if they're very sensitive, it can make them actually have things like that end up in the hospital. The best thing to do, instead of like saying I'm going on a diet or whatever, if like, you know, you have a goal, is to slowly implement lifestyle changes. And this is coming from someone that before I got sick, I actually did the keto thing, the keto craze thing, where I was like in the gym doing the keto diet, going to the gym for hours a day, multiple days a week, cooking everything keto and all that kind of stuff, before I got sick. Well, I've always had some issues, but I'm saying before I had the liver issues. There's no way in hell I'd do the keto diet now. Like, that is like a death sentence, considering how my stuff is set up now, like, because of how things are processed in the body. Like, on that diet, you actually have to measure the ketones coming out of your body. That's why it's called the keto diet, like, because the reason things get burnt is because you're basically just eating fat that your body burns, which is why you lose weight so quickly. you stay away from things that and a lot of people like that diet too, because it's like you still have sweets and different things. It's very different, but it pretty much just puts your body into a state of shock. And it some people might like it, but it probably would be better to just do a lifestyle change, to be completely honest, because putting your body into shock to get it to do something, if you cannot maintain it and it's not good for you and your body cannot handle it, it's just setting you up for being buoyed straight back worse to where you were before you tried to do that thing. But also, doing lifestyle changes is a great way to build trust with yourself, because a lot of times, another big thing of what can happen, like say if you do want to make changes with something, and this isn't like just food, this isn't just health, this can go with anything, like work, relationships. If you don't trust yourself and you have a hard time like actually believing that you can go through with things or have the motivation to do something, implementing small things where you keep promises to yourself also starts creating lifestyle changes, even if it scares the living hell out of you, because there might be a big goal, say, that you have, and it's like, that seems like there's no way that I could get there, especially with how I am right now. That's also a mental state you're in currently too. You have to realize that. But if you start doing small things, like say you're someone that struggles with mental illness, I can talk, guys. Someone that struggles with mental illness issues, right? Sometimes it's going to be hard to get out of bed. And sometimes it will be a lot easier, but then other things you'll have no motivation to do. Now, if you can start doing things that are like little promises to yourself, but also have kindness to yourself when you're having like off days, which is really hard, especially when you're someone, well, okay, for one, society, let's just be real here. Society is like, if you're not doing and producing something, you're kind of worthless. That's like the freaking tone of society. But it's like beyond what all this external bullshit says. Internally is what's important. It's what creates like your strength. It's what creates like your will to do things. Because if you let the outside dictate everything, nothing's gonna happen, because no one works the same. So, best thing to do is start with small. Like, if you know, let's just take for an example. Your goal is to be an artist who creates things for people, right? A lot of times when you're in the creative field, it's harder to find the motivation to keep going, because it's not like you constantly have support. And sometimes you're your only support, and that can be really hard too. Now, if that's what's happening, instead of, you know, because it's easy to be like, oh, no one sees my things, no one does this, no one does that. And it's like, instead of focusing on that, focus more on the things that you are doing. Now, it could be like creating one piece of art a week. Now, because I don't want to say a day, because artists are different and modes of art are different. There can be music, there can be painting, there's digital art, like there are so many different things. And yeah, exactly. So when people are not responding to you, it's really easy to just be like, I suck. It's really easy to do that. And then it just makes you want to shut down and think you're, especially if it is something that makes you happy. If you're doing something that makes you happy, follow it. Like, you need to follow what actually makes you happy, and no one's going to be able to tell you what makes you happy. Like, when you get like that passion and you get excited and you're just like really going after something, that's how you know it's your thing. Like, you do it and you don't lose energy for it while you're doing it, but the thing that makes you lose energy is how people are responding to it. And that's because it's coming from a place that makes you happy, and then you feel like you're being discarded, which makes the motivation dip to nothing. Yeah, and that's another thing. Feeling like you're forced to push productivity to get engagement. The best thing to do, like I said, create a lifestyle for yourself where you're doing things. Do not make it to where you're trying to imitate what other people do. Because there are some people who, the way they work, they can do tons of art very quickly, but that's literally just how they work. Like, that's their work. How can I put this? It's almost like how we each have, like, going back to the food thing, it's like how we have things that our bodies can process. We each process work differently. Like, there aren't going to be people that have the energy to just talk for hours. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. And obviously it's like their thing would probably be more like, you know, let's like doing like a streamer versus kind of like a video content creator kind of energy. Streamers love the live interaction, and you know, but there might be people that create video content that it's like, I don't really feel comfortable talking to people. I'm fine with, you know, them commenting on my videos, but I get too much anxiety. I get too much extra added things if I try to do something live, and I feel guilty that I'm not live. Don't feel guilty about how your body works or how you express your art or how you express your craft, because everyone is different and we each have our own roles. And when I say roles, what I mean by, like, you know, what makes us comfortable, not like, you know, you're supposed to do this thing. It's like, no, it's like the way we work and the way we're wired is for a reason, and we're meant to come together as a whole, not as like, you know, I'm only good at this thing and that means I suck. It's like, you're good at that thing because it's your thing. Like, you're not supposed to be like everybody else. If your work takes a week to do and someone else's takes a day, that's how they work, that's how their body works. And then they might be out of commission for a couple of days because they do it in a day, and it's like, then they need time off to reset or something. Or maybe the only way that they have motivation and energy is if when they get inspired they just create like a maniac for like days on end, but then they disappear and you don't see them for a while. Then there's the ones that like have, you know, the consistent thing where it's like, you know, every other day or every week something's gonna happen. It's finding your flow. So when you're trying to make something a lifestyle and you're trying to follow a passion, make sure it's in your flow and you're not forcing a flow. Like, you'll be able to feel it. You'll be sitting there like, I feel like complete shit. Like, you will know that it's out of your flow. And this is coming from someone who is currently finding their flow after coming back after a year. So obviously I'm doing a lot of like testing the waters here, because I know there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes when you stream. And I didn't forget that. But at the same time, I have boundaries, and boundaries is another huge thing. Especially when you're trying to build an audience or something. Like, it's really easy to just be like, dude, I'm completely open to everybody talking to me. That's like a one-way ticket to like burnout so fast. It's a lot better to have healthy boundaries, no matter where you're starting, than to have to go back and backtrack once you have a following and put new things in order. Hey, Ruby. Because if you don't have healthy boundaries to start with, and the people that, like, you know, are, you know, becoming your following are realizing, like, dude, this person's always accessible. Like, constantly. Like, I can DM them all the time, anytime I need something. And it's like, it just creates a thing that once there's more people, it's like they expect it. And then it's like you're fighting an uphill battle with people. So that's why it's really important to have your boundaries up front. To be like, dude, you know, because I'll share an experience with this. When I first started streaming, I was listening to what everyone else was saying. With, like, you know, you have to have every social media platform. So I got every fucking social media platform. I got freaking Facebook. I got Instagram. I got TikTok. I got Twitter. I got it, and YouTube. I had Twitch. It's like, and then, like, you make all the things where people can constantly talk to you, make pages, do all this stuff. Burnout. Big burnout. And on top of that, it's like, leave your DMs open so people can talk to you, because you want to be available while you're building your audience. You get some of the most irrational people that way. Very irrational people. Because the people that come into your DMs are people that are starving most of the time. Like, there are a few that will message you that are, like, genuinely sweet and, like, you know, say kind things and stuff. But depending on what you're doing and the kind of audience you're attracting, you're gonna get some people that are starved for attention, especially on the internet if you're doing social media, that in the current state of the world we're in too, it's like people are very starved for social attention. And if they feel like they're going to be getting it from someone who has a social following, especially people that love climbing, because not everyone is comfortable with slow growth. Some people feel like if they don't see immediate, like, million numbers, like, they are failures, and they project that and they try to latch on to others to get that. There's just a lot of that kind of stuff. You have to be comfortable with growing at the pace that is healthy for you. Because if you don't, and you're not putting up boundaries, what you're going to attract to you is people that don't have boundaries. They don't understand that you're human and that you are not available 25/8 and can constantly, like, coddle them. And then they get angry, and then they do the hate thing. And it's like, dude, yeah, exactly. And that's why, like, when I came back, I changed what I was doing. I completely decided to redo my Twitch. I made a completely new YouTube channel, and I have a Twitter. That is it. I'm not going through that again. And the way I feel is the audience I want to have will find me on these platforms, because that's how it goes. Like, I know what I want to do. I know the kind of content I want to create. I'm not going to sit here and, like, push myself to create things that others say you need to fit this, that, and the other thing. I'm going to have fun, because people will notice that you don't like what you're doing. Like, they notice, and then it's going to be like, you honestly think people are going to want to be around you, like, doing things if they can literally see in your work that you don't like it? You don't like your own work? Why should somebody else? It's like, if you're just producing something to throw something out there, it's going to show in that. If you produce something because you're excited and then put it beside something that you produce because you feel like you had to, it has a completely different feel to it altogether. And people pick up on it. And that's why it is so important to really sit back and know what you want. And the thing is, don't force yourself to know what you want immediately. And that's another thing that, oh my God, is just shoved down our throats so much from the time we are born, is knowing what you want. How the hell are you gonna know what you want to be when you grow up? Yeah, you can always tell when someone hates what they create, by the way, too. Like Ruby said. And the whole thing is, like, you're being asked as a kid. Like, I was asked as a kid what I wanted to do, and it didn't freaking exist. It's what I'm doing right now. And I was made fun of. Like, how are you supposed to feel as a kid? Like, you're asked what you want to do. And you say you want to play games, you want to talk to people, you want to make people laugh and make people happy, and you want to be an anime character. And you're told you can't do that. Well, years later, hello, you can do it. So, a lot of times the things we want to actually do, you know, our heart, like, you know, that inner child, like, thing that we can feel that really sparks us and makes us very, very excited, gets put out by adults that can't see it the way we do. And so when they ask us what they're, a lot of times when you're being asked things by elders or teachers or whatever about Kyo with the knife. But a lot of times when you're being asked these things, you're kind of being asked it because either one, how can I put this? You're being asked this, and the people honestly don't. Oh, I'm innocent, because the people don't really care. And it's like they're going through the motions of having to do it because they ask the same thing every year. Or their parents that are saying it and they hear you, and what they're waiting for is for you to say something that's similar to them because they want to project what they want. Because they didn't get to live out what they wanted to. You know, the unfulfilled wishes type thing. And then there's just a lot of that from different things. So what's important is you asking yourself what you want to do and being honest with yourself and not being ashamed of it. Because, like, we all have different things where it's like, you know, some people, like, out the gate, we have very strong identity, we know who we are, you know, kind of thing, but we might not know what we want to do. There might be other people that know exactly what they want to do, but they don't know who the hell they are. And so they're struggling, you know, with that dynamic. And then there's people struggling with both. And then you see people that look like they have it together, like they know who they are, they know what they want to do, and they're going for it. But in reality, it's like they're still kind of lost, guys. Like, okay, look, you can look at me and be like, oh yeah, she seems to know who she is and she knows what she wants to do. Yeah, that's true. But it took a lot of trial and error to get here. It was not like I woke up one day and it was like, boom, this is it, you know? Like, no, this is like life experiences on top of going through a whole bunch of trial and error to figure this out. And that's something I feel like a lot of people hide, especially if they are internet personalities, no matter if they're content creators, what's the thing? The thing winding is like how my brain is trying to think. Influencers, celebrities, whatever they are, like, you don't see a lot of the background. You don't see a lot of the things they went through. You don't see a lot of the trial and error, because it's like when people make clips, they spotlight the things that get attention. Now, that in no way, that just shows a product, and it shows a little tiny segment of a product on top of that. It's not showing everything that went into the background of that, nor does it show the history of what it took to be able to be the person doing all the stuff in the background of it to create a product that someone can clip. There's a lot of layers, a lot of layers to things, and people tend to leave that out. Like, I've gone through so many, and when I say so many, I mean so many different careers that it is freaking ridiculous. And I was made fun of, where someone literally asked me, is there a job you have not worked? And I had to think for a bit. Like, it was kind of eye-opening for me, because I never thought of it that way. But I have tried a lot of different things, and I also have different areas of education, and I've tried those areas of education, and it's like every piece of those things I can use now, obviously, still while doing this. So it's not like anything is ever a waste. Everything we do is like a great experience to collect from and then add into what we truly want to do. So never look at something like it's a waste or that it was a mistake, because that's always something that can be taken from it. And if you have trouble with that mindset, it is probably something there where you need to learn to be a little kinder to yourself, because we're human. And like, I know for me, it took going through a complete burnout breakdown to realize what I did not like when it came to what I wanted to do on the internet. Because, like I said, I was following what people told me to. Even though in the back of my mind, I kept getting the feeling that I'd be happy doing something more like this. It was like, it's not possible. And then hearing everyone's voices, you're good at this, you're good at this. And that is something, if you struggle with that in your life and you have tons and tons of people just constantly telling you what you're good at and what you should be doing, it does something to you where you, like, because there's spectrums of things, right? Where people feel like they aren't talented at all, and then there's people that are told constantly that they're very talented at many things, and then it creates an identity crisis. Either way. Because if you feel like you're not good at stuff, it makes you feel like, well, then who the heck am I? What am I supposed to be doing if I'm not good at anything? But then in the same boat, if you have like a lot of talents and people are constantly telling you what to do, it's like, well, what am I actually supposed to do then? Because then you're like sifting through all these things, and that was kind of what my identity crisis was, because like I was getting you're good at this, you have backgrounds in this, like, oh hey Gallant, you have, and that's why I tried so many things at one time. It's like, yes, exactly, Ruby. It's like you listen to everyone else's opinions over what you're supposed to be doing with your talents and what you would be good at. And what you end up doing is everything except what makes you happy. Like, literally. Like, that's exactly what happens, is everything beside what makes you happy. Because they're telling you, like, make this video, do things like this, edit things like this. Well, maybe you don't like how it looks edited like that. Maybe the way you want to do something is, like, doesn't follow like the protocol or something, or maybe the way you want to talk isn't like other people. Yeah, exactly. And it's like the thing is, a lot of times people, where they're coming from, not everyone, okay, let me put it this way. Most of the time people's intentions are not malicious, they are just uneducated, and they also are inexperienced. No one is going to know what you want to create except for you. And it's really hard to put into words. Like, if I was to be me now and explain to myself over a year, possibly 2 years ago, what I'm doing right now, I'd be confused as all get out. Completely confused. I wouldn't know what the heck I was trying to tell myself. And this is me to myself. This isn't some other person. Like, this is actually me saying, like, you know, you don't need that Facebook profile. You don't need to be doing all that crap you're doing on TikTok. And it's like, it's really hard when you're in that space to kind of step back and be like, what am I doing here? Is it making me happy or is it driving me crazy? Am I doing something that feels healthy? for me, or am I doing something because I'm listening to all these people that are like telling me that this and this and this and this, and I need to do this, and you know, numbers are important. And that's the whole thing. This numbers game can drive people into mental breakdowns, when in reality what we're trying to do is just express ourselves. And that's what ends up hurting us. Is what I didn't realize when I was trying to play the numbers game and listening to what other people were saying. Like, yeah, you know, I was making money and I was doing things, but I was burning myself out, because even though I had those platforms, I also had people DMing me. I was doing like personal book sessions with people. I was doing Zoom meetings with people. Like, I never had time to myself. And that was while recovering from an illness on top of that. And doing that for a year, it like burnt me to a freaking crisp, and it made me feel like I'm not supposed to do this because my body can't handle it. When in reality what it was is I was trying to follow the mold that other people were telling me I needed to follow, when in reality there is no mold for this. Yeah, exactly. Don't play a numbers game. It literally sucks the life out of you. But it's like, for some people it works to, like I said, burn the midnight oil, burn the whole day oil. For some people that works. For other people it doesn't. You need to know your own flow with it. And the thing is, you don't want a community that is based off of you chasing numbers, because those numbers can just leave. You want a community of people that are like, yo, I'm here for you because I freaking love you and I'm not going anywhere. That's the kind of community you want, no matter what you're doing. Like, for whether you are at, like, you know, a job in corporate with, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a corporate job, even though I'm talking about creative things. Some people really dig the corporate scene. I worked in the corporate scene. It wasn't for me. Okay? And I worked in different areas of the corporate scene. I learned it was not for me. It wasn't for my body. My body rejected it, something fierce, and I had to learn that the hard way. But I'm very happy being a creative. But the way I want to be a creative is a lot different than other people. It's not like this, and that was something I had to come to terms with too. It is not this only playing games 24/7. It is not doing the same thing. Like, there's a variety of things I want to do, but there is also different aspects of things, like how I have Aya and Keo. Like, I don't really know if there's other people that have their mods as Foogies and let them chill and talk with them and stream and stuff. I don't know if they do that. But Aya is freaking amazing. She made her and Keo's Foogies like in an instant because she got inspired and just like whipped them up out of freaking nowhere, like at freaking masterpieces they are. And like figured out how to make it set up, how to like put it into everything, and it's like she was just freaking inspired, and it's like, and she was excited. Like, that is like the feeling that you should get when you're doing something. Not like, oh crap, I want this to get like tons of likes or whatever. It's like, I'm doing this because it makes me happy. Like, even you know, the whole thing, like, and a lot of times you got to look at both sides of the coin too. There are people that got like instantly famous, right? And like blew up very, very quickly. We've seen that some even like, you know, music industry, VTubing industry, just all over the place. Some people, you know, they're fine with it, mostly because the people that are usually fine with it don't really pay attention to numbers and don't know what the hell's going on with them anyways, and they're just still doing their own thing. Those people tend to be fine. And it's just kind of like, well, okay, I have numbers, so I'm gonna still do what I'm doing, you know. But then there's other people that when they see it happening, all of a sudden they're like, I have to overperform now because now I have a bigger audience. And then it causes like a lot of mental stress, and it's like, it causes breakdowns, and it causes like needing to get a therapist and things like that, which there is nothing wrong with getting a therapist at all. I feel like that needs to have a complete moving in my chair. It feels like that really needs to have a serious, how can I put this? The stigma over getting help for your mental health needs to be like kicked like to the curb, like something fierce, man. It's like, we will go in. You're not judging somebody for going into the doctor because they are missing a leg. Okay? Like, you're not judging someone on that. You're like, yeah, they need help. It needs to be the same freaking way for mental health. Like, just because things are invisible to your eyeballs does not mean it is not real, and it does not mean that people deserve the help that they need. Because, yeah, I'm proud of you, Ruby. And that's why it is so important to allow yourself, and that's another thing, I want this to be a safe space, like how Ruby just said right there, where you guys can say things like that and be proud of yourselves for doing things that other people might feel like, there ain't no way I would share that. Like, I want this to be a safe space where it's like, hell yeah, like, you know, I did this for myself, I was scared to do it, and see, I'm proud of you too, Aya. See, that's what I mean. I want this to be a space where it's like, you guys can share the fact that these things are happening, because, like, therapy definitely helped me a lot when I went through it, like, years ago, when I was in a space that really wasn't okay. And I want this to be a really supportive space where it's like, things aren't taboo. Like, we can just as easily talk about, like, you know, things dealing, which I don't know where the heck Espa is. I want to answer her question that her and her mother had, but I don't want to start answering that question until she gets here, so I don't have to repeat it. Or maybe I'll just clip it for her and tag her in it. But it's like, I want this to be a place where it's like, whatever questions are asked, or if you speak up about doing something, like, you know, just like how you two are saying that you're in therapy and it's really helping you, you know, being proud for taking those steps. It's because it's hard, especially like when people already have these stigmas of, like, especially in your own cultural backgrounds, because even some cultural backgrounds, it's like your family automatically judges you for trying to get help with something that more than likely they helped to create also. So it's like, that's probably, you have to realize a lot of times when families get upset about you wanting to get help, it's because they know they created some of it. And they don't want the cat getting out of the bag, so to speak. So it's more of a fear and a selfishness that's being projected on you for wanting to get help with something where they know some of their stuff's going to get brought up, especially if they haven't dealt with their own, you know, skeletons in their closet. And if you go in and learn, being made to feel your whole life that you are the problem, when in reality you're not, and it's all this other crap you've had to deal with that you were born into, and generations of just different things going on that was made like normal, quote unquote. Like, this is just how things are. Don't question me. It just is what it is. Insert flip-flop smacking you in the head. Like, that kind of thing. It's like you go in and you start talking to someone and they're like, no, that's not normal. That's legit. The stuff that I went through growing up, I know now that it's not normal. It is nowhere near normal. If I was to tell you guys even like little bits and stories, which eventually I will, of my life growing up, you guys would be like, how the hell do you think that's normal? And the way you think it's normal is you're literally born into it. you don't know anything else. You only know that this is your environment. This is things you have, and you know, for some people, they never have to develop this instinct, and I'm really happy for them, because I'd much rather people not have to develop this. But it's like a survival instinct. Staying alive. Like, staying alive? Yeah, that thing.
Staying alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, the whole thing with that is, like, when you're born into an environment and your instinct is, how do I preserve myself from a very young age, from like little age, like younger than 3, like, you grow up way too fast, for one. And then on top of that, it's like your mind is warped to where it's like what's important is survival and what's normal is surviving. Like, it does something different to the brain. And then it's very easy if on top of that you're put in situations where you're protecting someone else on top of having that mentality of you need to survive yourself, but you're also protecting someone else. Because now you have a sense of added responsibility that shouldn't be on a child either. So when you step into therapy for the first time, especially if you were told by adults, never go to therapy, they're wackos, they don't know what they're doing, blah, 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 and like all that stuff. That was because they were trying to keep themselves safe, because they knew what they were doing was wrong. If you step into therapy when you're an adult and you start talking about these things, and the therapist looks at you, and what they try to do is they're literally trying to tell you it is not normal. Like, that's literally the main theme of like a good month of sessions, is telling you that this is not normal. It is not healthy. It is not normal. Yes, you somehow survived it, and you somehow have a good head on your shoulders, and you somehow can process it at amazing speeds, and I don't understand how, but it is not normal, and this should not have been placed on anybody. So going through that, it's like, it doesn't matter what part of the spectrum you're on. If you go through things that create memories like that, and then you go to therapy and you're being told that what you have experienced and the mental pain, which also does turn into body ailments, your mental and emotional well-being directly impacts your body. You will always feel like you're sick, like you have a cold. You will always feel tired. You will feel extremely anxious. Things will make you jump. It's like your body will react in certain ways. You might always have digestive system issues. Like, everyone's body tries to tell them in different ways that mentally and emotionally something isn't right. And if you're going through that, it's like your body is really trying really hard to let you know. Like, your first thing is, if you can trust your body to tell you when something's off. Like, if you know how you and that's the hard part, is knowing what it feels like when you feel good. Oh, Keo. Well, you have us, Keo.
Yeah, you have us. We're right here.
You have us, Keo. And you have your knife emote. So
Yeah.
so
I'm coping with knife.
copium with the knife. I need a copium emote.
Oh yeah, that'll be perfect.
I need a copium emote. I need to write that down so I don't forget. But that's the whole thing too. Is like, let me write it or I'll forget. But that's the whole thing too. Is there are so many things, and especially it's really hard to push past. Your mute key is broken again. Kyo, do you want me to mute you? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what are you doing, hun?
Wait. Bro, it says you're mute.
Are you saying it's broken? Like, you're good. You're good. Okay, help, I'm good. The instant switch around. Help, I'm good.
Oh, the fact that it just immediately starts working.
Help, I'm good.
Help, I'm good.
Emotional whiplash right there.
Oh,
But,
it's rough over there.
But that's the whole thing too. And a lot of times it's really hard and we're humans. We're social by nature, even if we are introverted. Human nature is socialization. And I mean, there were very inhumane experiments done to prove this point. There was one with a little girl who was kept from all human interaction, and it kind of drove her nuts. She never developed the ability to speak properly and things like that, and that was a very messed up experiment. But it literally proved the point that... And the thing, what's sad is, the reason I bring that up is I went through something similar like that in my childhood. And it wasn't to the extent of what she was put through, because it was done by scientists that literally kept her in a very secluded place for years and forced a certain thing. But, okay, I'll just let you guys hear this. Trigger warning. Child neglect. Just gonna throw that out there. So, when I was young, and when I say young, I mean young. This is like before the ages of 7, and going through like very young up until around that time, until around like 6. What happened in my home, my parents were not divorced yet, so they did not get along well. And when they didn't get along, it came out on me instead of towards each other. I guess because I was the thing keeping them together, because I was born and called a mistake. But at the same time, when I was around 3.5, my brother was born and was the golden child. So it's like, you know, the black sheep, golden child kind of thing happening, where, you know, I kind of opened the door to having it, and then my brother came in and could do no wrong kind of thing. But at the same time, it didn't mean that the home life was healthy. A lot of things would happen where I would protect my brother because there were substances that were abused, and there was violence on me that would happen. And probably should have said trigger warning, child abuse too, but I think it kind of comes with neglect and all that other stuff. But one thing that would happen is I learned from a very young age, do not interact with adults. Like, just don't interact with them. It was literally what, like, I was taught. I had to stay in my room. I was even scared to walk across the hall to go to the bathroom, because it's like, unless like I was gotten from my room, do not come out of the room. Because if I did, I was hit pretty violently. I don't really know another way of putting it, but this kind of, yeah. And basically, my brother was separated from me and put in a different room, so I was by myself through the ages where I should have been socializing. My socialization was at school, of course, and I always performed very well in school, simply because I wanted to have interaction. Like, that was literally it. Like, I wanted interaction so bad that I did my best to do what I was supposed to in school. But at home, it was don't be seen, don't be heard. And that created a lot of fight response. My fight response got severely pushed into the dirt. It was flight. It was flight and freeze. Because there is a third response. There's not only fight and flight, there's freeze as well, whereas you literally are immobilized. And I had flight and freeze as responses to what was going on in my home life. And I was a very intelligent child, too much for my own good sometimes, most of the time, but it also made it to where I was able to recognize what to do if I wanted to be safe. And I also kind of started developing that towards my brother, because if things would happen, I would get very protective over him. If things weren't being taken care of, I would find ways to take care of him. And this is someone who is like 4 or 5 years old, trying to do this for their little brother because of things going on. And I always knew at a young age to hide what was happening in my home, even though I feel like other adults, because, you know, I obviously, the way I took care of my brother is I explored the neighborhood, because I wasn't watched over very well. I mean, if my parents were at work, or one of them was sleeping or something, I easily knew how to get out of the house. And I would find people in the neighborhood. I made connections that way. I made friends and stuff. But also I found places where me and my brother could eat. And I know that sounds kind of bad, but I found places where we could eat and be safe and be away from the house, to where we weren't around like violence, where we weren't worried, like feeling hungry and stuff. And it's like, even though my brother was so little, he was still in diapers, I was taking him with me, and I was introducing him to people, being as young as I was, and I was helping him make friends while he was young, so that way it's like he had places that he could be that were safe. And this is how my mind was when I was little, like trying to do the best that I could. Holidays were spent with other people because they would invite us over, and I'm not saying my parents, I'm saying just me and my brother were invited to these different places. Now, hearing this, you could understand how dangerous this sounds. A little girl going to random houses, meeting random people by herself. Like, it sounds nice because I'm saying I found places that were safe for me and my brother, but if you look at it in a realistic sense, there was a little 4 to 5 year old girl going around a neighborhood by herself to different houses and seeing which ones were safe. And then once deciding they were safe, bringing her little 1 to 2 year old brother with her. Doesn't sound right, does it? But that's what I did, though. And that is how I learned certain things, is how one of the friends I grew up with, is how I learned that I didn't have proper table manners, is because like how I would eat wasn't proper for the table because I never ate at the table. And so one of my friends growing up, her family actually taught me table manners and like chewing with your mouth shut and like don't put your elbows on the table, like, you know, polite dinner things like that, like how to eat at a table, how to cut with a knife and fork and things like that. And it's like I can look back at it now and, you know, I'm really grateful for those things. It's things that I kept with me and I'm really grateful for. But at the same time, I can also look back at it, and plus going through therapy and having to go through these memories and work through things and having therapists tell me that that is not normal at all, but it was my normal. It was literally my life. It was literally my life, because that's what I did. Like, I developed those skills very young, and then I kept developing them as I got older, because my environment increasingly got worse, especially once my parents divorced. It got worse. Like, it just took on a whole new level of hell. And it's like the skills I learned while young branched out, and I made friends in school. And it was a big thing in school, like staying over at people's houses. And there were some friends I made they did not know about, and that's the whole thing. I led a double life. No one knew about my home life. Even like my closest friends, they did not know how things were at my home, because I did not feel safe anywhere to talk about it. It was just something I kept to myself. It's something I dealt with, and the only thing I cared about is if my brother was safe. If my brother had friends that he was staying with and I knew that, then I felt safe enough to stay with my friends. If not, then I was at the house with my brother. And there was even sometimes where I would babysit my brother's friends' younger siblings just so I can watch over my brother as in the form of a babysitter at someone else's house. But it was always a thing on my mind to be very protective over him. He's probably one of the most important people, like, in my life. And when I moved, like, it's been almost 9 years since I've seen him in person now. And thinking about that does hurt me, because we live so far away from each other. He randomly messaged me last night asking about his astrology chart, because there's a chick interested in astrology. He's talking to, and he's like sending me pictures and stuff and asking me what I think. Like I said, I am the big sister that people can talk to. My brother knows that he can just talk to me about anything. And that's like, even though it may sound like a joke here, that's what I want to be for everyone here, is like letting you know, like, you can talk to me about stuff on here during open box streams. Don't run into my DMs, please. Like, don't do the DM thing. I'm already putting the thing out there with the boundaries, guys. Don't do the DM thing. We can all be here and we can all like have safe space together in the open box streams. I'm fine with it also in the astrology streams, because a lot of stuff comes up in astrology streams, which, like I said, I have separate streams for those, which that'll be happening on Saturday. But it's like, he already knows, and he's known his whole life, that he can come to me with anything. There have been a lot of different instances where things have happened. There have been a lot of things I protected him from that deeply traumatized me, because I stepped in and protected him from it. And, like, I've maybe told him about one of the things, and he lost his mind a little bit. And I only recently told him about it because we're so far away from it, because he actually asked me. But there have been a lot of things and a lot of situations I've been put into in order to keep him safe. And I was completely fine with whatever sacrifices I made, because I wanted him to be safe. And that was my mentality. like I said, I was pretty much born with that mentality of safety is what's important. And I think that's probably why I have such a big thing about my community feeling safe, is because I'm the protective older sister. I will do anything to keep my littles safe. And especially, no matter what that means, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like whatever you believe in too, it is sacred. And I will protect it. That is just how I am. And I think that's why I have such a thing with like not calling me mom, is because I feel like sometimes mom can put up a boundary where you might not feel comfortable with saying certain things. You feel like it's too, like there's a boundary there and it's not safe to speak on certain things because of how censored a lot of things are with parents. But also it's because of things that I'm healing with my relationship with my mother. I am not wanting to be called a mom because of that. And I know there's a huge joke in online community about mommy sorry kind of thing, but especially with me having some awesome thighs, but that whole thing, I mean, I can be One instead of mommy. So just the same, but obviously I am a lot more personable as the older sister, I feel, than as the mama boundary. And I can talk about things using both the lingo that is like more of what would be used between siblings, but also explaining it in ways that I have like an education in. So it's like pretty much like a well-rounded experience kind of thing. And I still don't know where Espa is, because she had a freaking question that she said her and her mom wanted to know. And I'm if her mom wants to know too, I feel like I'm teaching adults now, so woohoo on that. But and the thing is, I would be explaining it more scientifically, even though it sounds like a very funny question. I'll talk about one of the questions she sent me. They wanted to know, why are balls outside of the body? Now, this is, like I said, the open box thing can be any type of questions. It can be talking about any kind of things. This is a safe space. Not everyone has education and things. Not everyone has like adults that are comfortable speaking about these things, or adults that even understand why, and they're just curious themselves because of how the adults were brought up. And she shows up right when I am about to start explaining her question. Okay, good thing you showed up, Espa. Welcome in. She needs...
I may or may not have some in there.
You may.
Coincidence.
Just a coincidence that she showed up.
Yeah, they just showed up.
Then you summon Espa.
But, okay, so her question from both her and what from both the mom and Espa was, why are balls outside of the body? Now, there is a scientific thing for this. They are outside of the body because of the temperature regulation that is needed, because inside the body would be too hot and it would kill the sperm. So there is actually an anatomic reason why they have to be outside of the body. Because, as you know, our body's natural temperature is above like the 90, the 98 range, right? It should be staying in there. It shouldn't be like going too high, obviously, and getting a fever. We have a very low range of what is a fever, like saying like your 98.7 is a normal temperature here, and then like you hit 100 and it's like you got a fever and you need to start looking at things, and 104 your brain's frying. So like we don't really have much range, and that's the same for animals as well, even though their temperature ranges are different because they tend to run a little hotter. Because their heart rates are faster than ours because they're smaller than us. But, except for like the large dogs. And then, reptiles are very cold-blooded, so their temperature is just fucking cold. That's why they need heat lamps. That's why they need heat lamps, guys. Yep. But, that whole thing is, like, there's actually a real anatomical reason and the science behind that. If in order to reproduce they need to be outside of the body because the temperature inside the body literally kills sperm cells. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head the degree. I can't remember off the top of my head let me look real quick because I can't remember off the top of my head the actual degree at which sperm just goes poof and it's not relevant anymore. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's interesting. I just found okay, I'll tell you, I saw a really interesting study pop up on my phone.
Oh, what is it? I wonder what that is.
It's, exposure to wet heat has been associated with decreased semen parameters in men. So, guys, low sperm count, it might be because you're taking too hot of showers and whatnot.
Yeah, take notes, men.
Men using hot tubs. They did a study specifically on some hot tubs here. Men using hot tubs with a temperature above 98.4 degrees, which, like I just said, the body temperature here, for 30 minutes per week for 3 months were found to have 22% lower sperm count. So yeah, you guys wanting to do stuff in a hot tub? Not a good idea.
Wait, what? Wait, people do the deed and
people do the deed anywhere.
Wait, you didn't know that? Wait, you didn't know that?
No.
Ruby just pointing and laughing. She's like,
yeah, until I realized. Wait, no. I thought it was literally. Oh, you just sit in a hot tub, and your sperm count just
no, yeah, that's what this is saying. Like, you sit in there for around 30 minutes a week. Like, they did this study where it's like for about 3 months they did 30 minutes a week randomly, probably just one day of sitting in there for 30 minutes, and they dropped their sperm count by 22%.
That's what I was thinking.
But the thing is, of course you can ask more questions in chat, of course, hun. But the thing is, people will do the deed anywhere. Like, why do you think the rice purity test is the way it is? It's because people do stuff all over the freaking place. People just get an idea and they're like, hey, we're gonna do it on the roof of Pizza Hut. Like, they literally, people are like that. You know, there's a reason that there's a law against indecent exposure. It's because people try things like that. And, like, literally, oh my gosh, that reminds me. When I was in theater in high school, we were chilling and, like, playing a game of Never Have I Ever. And straight up, that is where this thing comes from of me saying, like, doing the deed on the roof of Pizza Hut. Like, it didn't just show up out of nowhere. It's like, literally, one of the people asked that question and said, never have I ever had sex on the roof of Pizza Hut. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, if anyone puts their freaking finger down for this, I swear, like, are you for real here? Like, why are you even asking? And then one person put their finger down.
Oh god.
And then I realized it was a friend outing their friend is why they did that.
Oh no.
And I just looked at them like, I don't want to know. I honestly do not want to know. We're going to the next question. Like, I don't want to know.
I have seen so many things.
Of course.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
she's been scarred. She's seen so many things. Granny Kyo. Granny Kyo.
Granny Kyo.
She's seen things.
I don't talk about it, but I see many things.
Oh,
it's concerning.
Oh yeah, actually, funnily enough, I have like a pretty crazy story, but it's not that crazy. I think I was just minding my own business during my freshman year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to go to the locker rooms. I was wondering, and then I hear like this rattling noise that, I don't know, it startled me for a bit. It was, I don't know, it's the rattling of the lockers, and then I peer over to one of the showers, and there they are, and there some people are.
There some people are. Just... there they are. Just...
Nah, that was wild. And why
Kyo? Why Kyo? Why?
Kyo, what?
She just just because. But
what perfect timing.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so that lovely story, but story, like, okay, like, not only is this questions, but it can be story time, guys. I don't mind story time.
Yeah.
Story time is perfectly fine. But open box means open box, okay? We're open book, open box kind of thing. But so I suppose another question. When you come, is it normal to feel cramps afterwards? And if so, why? Okay. So when you come or have an orgasm, what is happening is your body is having contractions. Now, depending, like, are you need to put some factors here. You know, time of the month for females, because you could easily just be cramping because it's time of the month and you're having cramps from that. And if you do have an orgasm during your time of the month, it can just activate some cramps. Because, you know, the contractions will just be like hitting those muscles and then it's like, oh, I'm having cramps. Now, so you have to look at that too. But that's like a... Okay, it reconnected. It should be going back online.
The silence I just went.
I can't.
The song just start playing in my brain.
Yeah, I just inserted Jeopardy theme in chat while we're...
Jeopardy theme?
I'm just waiting for it to reconnect itself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. We're just all... With the kazoo.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Kazoo.
Yeah, I have a kazoo. I love it.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh my god. Okay. Is it appearing back now? It's like the
Yeah, it's on now.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hello. Welcome in.
We love when Twitch is doing its own scuff thing.
I don't think that was Twitch. I think that was OBS, and I don't know why. Because all my stuff is completely fine. Freaking weird OBS thing. I might need to check and make sure it doesn't need an update or something. But
I think your OBS have a addiction.
It has a hiccup to like cutting my VODs up just to make me have to edit them. I swear. I swear it's what it's doing. It's like, in today's a shorter stream, so I was like, okay, this one I'll just be able to upload. Nope. It's like, I'm gonna do it at least once. Once.
Like, when everything's just going decent, there's always that one hiccup. It just
It's
sneezes and
it's just it's
everything
gonna make,
stops.
yep, it's just gonna make me do it. It's fine. This is fine. I need a "this is fine" emote too.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
I
especially
definitely
during the.
I definitely need that
Oh, that'll be beautiful.
because I literally have too many of those moments. But okay, so the cramp thing, like I was saying, I need to understand, Espa, what you mean by cramps. Because there are different types of cramps. I need to know where you are feeling these cramps. Are they extremely painful? Or are they like just throbbing and annoying? Like, I need to understand these things. Because everyone's perception of cramps and pain is different. Like, when I think of cramps, I'm thinking of the cramps that I get, and if you are getting that after having an orgasm, that is not good. Definitely not good, and needs to be taken up with a gynecologist. But yeah, it no. If you're having like very painful ones, like you're experiencing like full on like period ones, and you're not on your period just from having an orgasm, like there's something going on where there's something with your muscles, because those are muscles contracting that should be releasing a feeling of um, pleasure, not pain. Now I know some people derive pleasure from pain. Derive pleasure from pain. I cannot talk, but I know some people do that. But you know, that's completely different as opposed to you having your moment and then it's like you're in pain. That is not normal. Only after like a couple of, still, you shouldn't be hurting, hun. That could mean that either you have damage to the muscle itself that is having the contractions from the orgasm, and maybe you should lay off and let it heal to see if the cramps go away from the pain. Or it could be that there is something internally that when that muscle contracts is actually causing you pain that needs to be looked at. So I would say, like, I don't know how often you are having these things, but if it is quite frequently, I would say give yourself a break, give your chance of body to heal. If it is not frequently, yeah, exactly, like Ruby said. And the benign cysts when you're sexually active. But at the same time, oh, thank you, Stream Elements, for actually writing the correct thing. This.
I mean, it didn't totally name the game instead of the actual title.
Yeah, I know. It finally did it correctly. For my second one, it named it Chris. I can't sometimes with this. But, anyways, like I was saying, definitely go in and get it checked out because it is not a normal thing. Like, it would have been one thing if you were telling me that and, like, you know, you're having your period and it's, like, you know, it's just kind of activating, like, your cramps to act up and stuff. Like, that's different. That can happen. But if it's just something that is happening on the regular and it is not pleasant whatsoever and it's making you not, because that's the whole thing. If you're feeling pain from having it, you're going to not want to do things. And it's going to make your sex drive go down too, which will affect you negatively as well. Because it is important to have a healthy sex drive. And if it's being knocked down because of you experiencing pain, then it's almost like you are, how can I put this? Shooting yourself in the foot by not getting it taken care of. And like, I can say this from my own experience too. Like, I have a shallow cervix. And the thing was, I always thought there was something wrong with me because I would be in pain during intercourse. But it turns out it's because certain positions will hit the cervix a lot easier than others. Yeah, if you've been having the issue, especially if it's cropped up out of nowhere and you've been having it for a couple weeks and it hasn't stopped, that means something's changed in your body and it should definitely get looked at. So definitely get that checked out. If it's like a new development and you've noticed that it is staying, it's like the talk I was having earlier. If you notice a development in your body, like dealing with different things where your body is off in any way and it's staying there, go see a medical professional. And if you feel like you're not getting the answers you need, seek a second opinion, because that is not normal. But also make sure that, because there is a such thing as having negative triggers in both either your mental or your emotional body, or somatic memory, which is body memory, that can cause to where almost like your body punishes itself and feels pain when you have experiences like that, because it's almost like the guilt associated with, like, say, having an orgasm. It's like your body's response is to make you feel pain because you should feel guilty for doing this. So it could also be mental conditioning as well if something physical isn't found, which would involve you, seeking therapy and working through those things. But you have to look at yourself as a whole. Don't look at as a whole. Look at yourself as that's not what I meant. Look at yourself as in its entirety. Don't be like, I'm just a vessel. I'm just a meat suit and there's something going wrong with my meat suit. You need to look at it like, okay, if they can't find something with my meat suit, then what's going on in my mental body? What's going on in my emotional body? What is like happening where things may be conflicting that could possibly be causing this as well? And I love how I have my chat over here and my laugh emote legit points at me. Down here. You see that? How it just, it literally points at me. It points straight at me with the LOL. It was almost like I planned this somehow to be pointing at me. What the fuck? But, that's the whole thing though. And like I was saying, there's a lot of things associated with that, and you could have like the trifecta of it is something mental and emotional and body happening, and you have to work through each thing in order for yourself to feel comfortable with that, and then it comes together. Because especially, I'm not saying that you have trauma, but I do have trauma in this area, and I had to work through a lot in order for myself to be comfortable, not only verbally expressing things in a sexual manner and being open to talking about things, but also allowing my body to feel things in a sexual manner because I had a lot of issues with what was things that I liked, because I buried things that I liked and felt that I always had to be of service to other people because of my trauma. And I was always in pain. Always. It was never an experience where it felt good for me. And that's because I had mental, emotional, and physical trauma that made it to where any kind of intimate experience like that literally made my body go into a state of panic and pain and just not being okay. And it took years to work through that. There's still parts of that I work through today. It's like time does heal, but time is a perception for everybody, and everyone's ways of working through things and how long it takes is different. So even though I am even though my words don't work, even though I am very well aware of like certain things, certain triggers, like my past, what makes my body react a certain way and things like that. That doesn't mean that my body doesn't have its own memory sometimes, and I have to like come back to myself and go, okay, this is a body memory and I gotta work through this kind of thing. So yeah, that definitely, this topic does deserve a knife being pointed at it, Kyo. But just coming from my own personal experiences and things that I've been through that were very hellish in nature, it takes a lot to work through that. And don't think just because doctors can't find something physically that it's like you just have to deal with it, because doctors would look at me and they could not find anything wrong with me. I had no cysts. I had no things that should be causing me the type of pain that I was feeling. And then I learned that I had all these blockages that were from guilt and shame and all these other things of stuff that had happened to me that were not my fucking fault. And it made it to where my body memory, where anything intimate would happen, was extremely painful. It was not a good experience. Even if it was with someone that I trusted, it was not a good experience for me. And I would act like it was fine because I didn't want to disappoint who I was with, which created a whole nother layer of things. So it's like, it's important to know yourself, and that takes time too. Don't be harsh on yourself if you don't know yourself immediately. Like, this took me years and years of my life to, every time you guys see me going up like that, I'm adjusting myself in my chair. But water break for anyone who hasn't drank anything in a bit. My throat's kind of dry. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of water. Omizu. Omizu. But it's really important to listen to your body on these things. And I know I have said listen to your body in so many different facets in this stream, but I am so serious because I used to ignore the living hell out of my body. And I want to say this. At the peak of me ignoring my body, I had multiple things going wrong with me, obviously. On top of my fibromyalgia was flaring so bad that I would lose the ability to walk randomly sometimes because of the pain I was in and just like my nerves giving out on me and stuff. And I had other things going on too. My fibro definitely flares when there are stressors, when there are emotional things hanging on me, when I'm not aware of my mental state. It's like that can flare, and I know it's there. Since I have started taking my boundaries more seriously, since I have started taking the way my body feels more seriously, how I feel seriously, instead of pushing it off as I am, and this is something that was drilled in me from young, is that I over-exaggerate. I am delusional. Like, things like this, because that is how I was hushed as a child to things going on around me. I made that up. The experience that happened to me that traumatized me did not happen. Like, you know, the severe gaslighting. Very severe gaslighting. And it's like, the thing is, when you have repetitive nightmares over things that happened that you're trying to block from your memory, and you're being told you're crazy and delusional and it never happened, it creates a lot of cognitive dissonance where you split, and that's what can cause borderline personality disorder to happen. I don't have that, luckily. I know people that do suffer from that. And my therapist actually told me that she was severely surprised that I did not have it, considering the things that I went through and how I detached myself from situations in order to survive and still kept my mental faculties. But not everyone is, like, I feel very blessed that that did not happen to me. But I have a very weird mind, in a good way, where I am able to compartmentalize things and put them in a box and hold them there until I am able and in a safe space to deal with it. Like, I compartmentalized years of trauma until I was in a safe space to deal with it. I survived until I was able to deal with it, and it did not affect me as a core person. Core me was still there, but she was hidden in order to keep her safe. Now she's out. The core me is here. This is core me. I hid her. I kept her safe. But the whole thing is, I had to work through a lot in order to feel safe enough to bring her out to know that she's safe now. And I'm not putting her back in a box. Open box. I'm not putting her back in a box, guys. She's here to stay. And the whole thing, though, is it took a lot of work to get here. So never feel like your journey isn't going fast enough. Never feel like you're on a time crunch for figuring things out. If anyone ever tells you you like core, Dezi, thank you. But never feel pressured to go through any steps of a process when you're going through. And okay, there is one thing I really want to say. When you are, it's almost like shedding, it's like how a snake sheds its skin. When you're going through a change and you're understanding more about yourself, you are naturally going to realize there are parts of you that do not resonate with who you are at your core. Because what we do as a safety measure is we protect our heart, we protect our core from people because we do not want people to hurt it. And what ends up happening is when we start getting to a place where it's safe, where we feel like we can actually talk about these things, or we have people that will understand us, we rapidly start changing, and we notice it in ourselves. The people around us might not notice it as much unless they've been with us for a long time, but if they're newer people that we feel comfortable with because they're literally more aligned with how we feel in our hearts and what we're learning, they're gonna see the new us and be like, hey, I love you, like how, you know, you guys are doing, like, I love core Dezi. You guys didn't know Dezi before core Dezi. I mean, Dezi before core Dezi didn't know fucking core Dezi either, and she wouldn't recognize her, to be completely honest. So it's like you kind of go through an identity crisis in a way where you feel like you are a liar. You feel like you're a fraud, when in reality what's happening is you're growing and you're allowing actual you to come out, the one that was scared and repressed and like didn't feel like it had a safe place in the world. Now, by doing this, it's a process. Take your time with it. You're more than likely going to go through the stages of grieving, and it's going to feel very heavy because it's going to feel like someone that you've known all your life is dying, which is true, because there are going to be aspects of your identity that literally are dying that don't go with you anymore, and it's going to be really bittersweet. For some, it's going to be harder than others. For some, they're just going to burst out and be like, hell yeah, I don't have to put that on anymore. I don't got to act like that anymore. Like, I'm free to be who I always was. And it's going to be a thing because they knew they were hiding it. Others who have felt that they really were a certain identity and they start learning about themselves through life experiences and through gaining new knowledge and things and seeing what really resonates with their heart, are going to have a very hard time, because it's almost like, who the hell am I? And then it's like all the relationships you have with people. It's going to be like they don't understand me, like actual me. And that fear of, are they going to accept actual me, or am I going to lose them? It creates a whole nother thing. And that kind of, okay, Pika, kind of come up in the freaking Pikachu thing. I gotta do something about that Pika thing. But it comes up in, a lot of ways where you start questioning things. Like, do I want to do something that actually separates me from these people that I've known, even if it is me? And that kind of starts an internal battle as well. Because becoming who you are after hiding it, probably your whole life, is extremely uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable. Especially if you're in an environment where you still can't physically outwardly show who you are to the people around you, like out of safety's sake, because there are some environments that some of us may be in that are not safe to show that, but you have possibly like communities on the internet where you're able to show that. It's like a very split experience, and it makes you question who you actually are a lot. And what you need to understand is who you are is never going... How can I put this? Being who you are and attracting the people that love you as you are, like, scuff and all, like as you're learning yourself. Attracting those people and those people constantly cheering you on, it has a completely different feeling than being who people are telling you need to be. When you're around the right people, none of them are going to tell you who you're supposed to be, because they're going to look at you as you're being who you are. Like, no question. They're not going to be saying, like, you need to be doing this, that, and the other thing. They're going to look at you and they're going to be like, yeah, you're Dezi. And I love you. Just like you are. Like, those are going to be your people. They're not going to question. They're not going to sit here like, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? You're not going to get that from those people. They're just going to accept you as you are. No matter what weirdness comes out of your mouth, no matter what your rice purity score is, even though that's jank, no matter what your BDSM test score is, even though I might have to explain some of mine. Oh, it already reconnected.
Is it? Oh my god.
Okay,
back on.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
no, it paused for a moment because the timer is still counting.
Oh, it's okay. So this time it paused instead. Okay, well at least hopefully I won't have to edit that.
Okay, please.
Hopefully I won't have to edit that. Why do you feel like you're being
Whenever
mentioned
you're-
though?
You mentioned of the BDSM test.
Oh no.
Oh god.
No, I'm just saying that in general. Like, I'm saying, because I know mine, obviously, was, kind of sussy.
Wait,
And,
oh, was it? Wait, that reminds me. I think I remember last stream.
I mean, I say sussy stuff all the time, too. It's
I
part,
remember.
it's part of who I am, okay?
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
to me, it's not sussy. To me, it's just talking.
yeah.
But, yeah, I'm glad you guys are back. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It just reconnected itself again.
Thank goodness.
OBS having a stroke.
Yes, it is. It is having one hardcore right now. He's having a
you
freaking hardcore one. I don't know why.
yeah. You know what they say? You can't have OBS without the BS.
Dude, for reals. This is literally what's happening right now. But, let's let everyone get back in here since the friggin'...
Everyone's back in.
Is everyone coming back in again?
After I crash for the third time.
Freaking OBS.
OBS.
Freaking swear, man.
OBS, have mercy, please.
Please have mercy.
I'm gonna need to look at why, because everything's fine and it's not like I drop anything. OBS just goes by and like pieces out while I'm saying things.
Yeah, it's back.
Okay.
Oh, welcome back.
I honestly, dude, I'm gonna fight OBS. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sitting here looking at it like, excuse you, I have like no drop frames, my internet's fine, and then OBS just goes and like kicks itself. Like, excuse you, you just booting yourself off over here? Like, what the hell?
Jump OBS.
I swear, if it needs like an update or something and I don't know about it, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, it could.
It could be. I have no idea.
It could be. Or else then fighting OBS will become literal.
Yeah, I will literally have to fight OBS. But, yeah, I cannot remember what I was talking about because OBS interrupted me twice. So I like,
wait, what were we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about and I can't remember. But all I can remember is I said BDSM and OBS kicked me off.
Yep.
Again, like during my debut. It's like, is it like triggered by it? I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a very specific percentage instead of the 100%.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it kicked me off last time when I mentioned the 98% experimentalist thing. It was like, bye, and like kicked me. I'm like, excuse you.
Wow, you didn't go for any of the 100s, but for that
not the 100s, the 3 100%. Nope, it's fine, we're good. But no, you go to that 98%. That was too much for OBS.
What the hell are those standards? Wow.
But
I think I know where you are. You were talking about how like you open up to people and stuff. You mentioned of the grandma brain loading.
I want to get Kyo an emote made that's literally just grandma brain loading. Grandma brain. It looks like Kyo's Spooky, but it's grandma brain loading.
Oh no!
Oh, dude, that'll be perfect for you.
Like, the only one that doesn't look like me is a random Kyo emote that's granny brain loading.
Granny brain loading.
You know the one emote?
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I think your brain kinda jogged my banana brain. Grandma and banana brain kinda work together.
Yeah.
But you were kind of, it reminded me of like, you know, when like you're going through learning yourself, I think is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you're getting around people and you're feeling more comfortable like expressing like who you actually are. Those people already see you as who you are because that's who you introduced yourself as. They see you as you. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to just be yourself with those people. But then if you're still in an environment where the people around you don't understand this part of you and it would not be a safe place to express this part of you, it's gonna feel like you don't know what you should stay in. And the thing is, be true to yourself. Yes, stay safe. You might have to keep up a mask till you can get somewhere safer, where you can just fully, like, outwardly be completely who you are. But it'll be worth it. Thank you, Kyo. Thank you.
Thank you, Q.
And just so you guys know, my blink is 69, so there you go. You get a 69. So there's that too. My wink setting is 69. Blessed.
We're all blessed with 69.
You're all blessed. I can do the. But that's what I mean by that. So it's like, yes, keep being yourself in the place where it's safe. And then also it'll help you once you're in a place, if you're not currently in a place where you can be yourself in your physical environment, once you are in a place in your physical environment where you can be yourself, it will make it easier for you to start kind of transferring what you already know about yourself. And there's nothing saying that old you, like there's no parts in there that aren't you. There's nothing wrong with integrating parts of yourself as a whole, like in its entirety, because everything in a sense is you, because it's experiences, it's things you've gone through, it's things you've learned. It's just being true to what you express about yourself and what you will accept from people and what you will how can I put this? Oh, Kyo, you can leave that as permitted. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that word. It's just I have a filter up and it's gonna do that to some of the words that are kind of sussy. So like as they come up, it's as they come up.
I love how it's deleted and added back.
Yeah, there you go. It's permit. I'm so proud of you, Kyo, doing your mod stuff. Look at you. Look at her go.
Doing my job.
She's doing her mod stuff. I'm so proud of her. But the whole thing is like, yeah, we love Kyo. We love Granny Kyo. And I think it's funny how Kyo is already Granny Kyo.
Mm-hmm.
She already has a nickname. She's Granny Kyo.
How do you
Granny Kyo.
English?
Aya's just I don't know. She's like Agent Aya over here. But I feel like she's like the agent of like trying to control chaos as opposed as to the agent of chaos.
I mean, you gotta have like another side of the coin.
She's the balance. She's the agent of balance. Aya, there she is. Agent of balance. There we go.
I keep accidentally making joke for no reason.
No, it's alright.
Aya, Chaos Control Center.
Chaos Control. Oh my god, Kyo, I heard you were talking shit.
Talking shit?
When is Kyo not talking shit?
Huh?
She's a granny.
No.
That's what grannies do.
Exactly. That's the one.
So you guys have chaos control. Oh my god.
What? Wait. No, don't do it.
Big
OBS.
No, there was a big ass fire engine. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was loud. I hope you didn't.
Oh my god. No, I didn't.
Okay,
not
good.
Hear it.
I'm glad my mic did its condensing work and kept that away from you guys because it was loud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank God there was no wee woo.
Yeah, that was loud af, dude. Like this mic. Oh, she heard it. Okay, Espa heard it.
Oh, dang, they heard it. Oh, rat.
I heard it, like, every background noise that is loud. And I'm getting quite concerned.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm just praying that when I'm just, like, on just talking with you guys. I'm just praying that like the occasional nighttime police chases don't actually catch on.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah, there are a lot of police chases near my neighborhood. Like, what the fuck is up with my neighborhood sometimes,
Dude,
especially
no.
at
I
night?
have, like, the fire station thing is literally down the road, so anytime the fire thing needs to come out, it's like, like flying past the house, and it's like, great. Great.
Oh my god.
That's wonderful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We got Fire Truck Coon that will make cameos.
Fire Truck Coon.
He will make cameos.
Oh yeah, and sometimes in my neighborhood there are occasional cat fights, and they are loud as hell.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, yeah, I literally hear them. They're like.
Well, it's because okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let you in on a little something. They're in heat right now, so some of them fights are actually coitus, and cat coitus is very loud and very painful. So you're going to be hearing the screams of not pleasure.
Cats scream while having sex?
Yes, because it
You
is
know-
painful. The boy penis of a cat is like a briar.
Oh.
You heard
It
cat
is not
doing the
pleasurable. You heard cats
right?
doing
Oh,
the deed.
no.
My Granny Keo was asking, you heard cats doing the deed?
I get to hear the rat do the deed every day.
You get to hear a rat? Did you say a rat?
Rat!
Yeah, they do the deed. I gotta be honest, they're so loud.
Wait, no. I think I've like scarred myself on the internet. I've seen multiple. No, because it's
Why are you watching this, Aya?
no,
Why?
I'm just scrolling through Instagram. And
Oh
then,
my
It just
god.
randomly appears. I've seen rhinos.
What
doing
are
the
you
deed as well.
following to where that is coming up on your feed?
I don't know. Random, dude. There's just random ass reels. They just keep on. I don't know. It's always the first thing I see too. So it's
Yeah.
the worst
Oh
part.
my gosh, Espa.
Yeah.
No, no, Espa, no.
The slow, intimate moment of
yeah.
going on.
Yeah, what is
You know, watching it online is better than suffering.
Okay, guys, it's educational.
Yeah, but I think I've seen. Wait. Oh! I think I've witnessed one in my eyes before.
In your
When I was
eyes.
young. Yeah, in
You
front of my
witnessed it
eyes.
in your eyes.
Not in my eyes.
Charity got
In
that
front of-
big
front of my
technology.
eyes.
She is a spy, guys. She can witness things
Yeah.
in her eyeballs.
No, not my eyeballs. That was like, sorry,
It's
sorry, man.
burned
I
into
probably
her
was
retina.
Yeah, it burned into my retinas. I've seen. I think when I was on a trip to a really, really nice island, I once saw chickens like sitting on top of each other, and then I was like, look, there's chickens, and then one of them started biting the other's neck, and I went, oh.
They're fighting.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, one started
It's
biting
a
the other's
male.
neck. Yeah, it was like a rooster and a hen. You can see where this is going.
Oh, actually, no. It's yeah.
Like that's like the only time I've
Good
witnessed
style.
something. I did not know about the cat coitus. I did not know about that.
Most people
part.
do not. Most people just
Oh.
think that they are loud, when in reality, the female is screaming in bloody murder pain because it hurts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not
I
fun.
have seen.
And the
So
thing
that's
is,
why
it
I've been
locks
hearing-
too.
Oh.
You know, when I went to my hometown, I have seen the male chicken violently did the thing, and I'm like, bro, how does the female chicken did not scream?
This is what I mean by open topics, guys.
Yep.
It can go
Very
anywhere.
open.
Now we're talking about
It can
animal
go-
coitus.
Yep. Oh yeah, I think I've seen snakes just breeding. I mean, it makes sense. Most of my friends breed snakes.
You know, I have a habit of searching random stuff on the internet.
Purchasing random stuff on the internet.
Random stuff.
I will give you a hint. It can go to KINK.
What?
Spell it, Kyo. Again, for Aya, since she can't spell it in one go.
There's something called KINK phobia. And you know the sign of that is quite interesting.
Okay.
I can send you this.
Okay.
There's many websites talking about this, and you know, it's quite interesting to read about how like the
I can't with how Kyo's like, I can send it to you, and then I was like, okay. It's just like
there are like explanations.
Do I want to know
of how it happened?
I can't.
Okay, so you're telling. Wait, so you spelled this out? Like Kyo, I'm just going to send this to you. Look, you spelled this.
I would send it to you, and yes, there's something called that.
Oh,
yeah.
Isn't that just called?
There's actually something called that.
But isn't that just called KINK shaming?
Huh?
Isn't that
okay, it's not okay. You have to look at. Okay, a phobia is different than shaming. Phobia is something you cannot control.
Oh, it's
like it's like how people have arachnophobia. Like they cannot control their intense fear.
Yeah,
like if it is legitimate, like if people aren't BSing and they actually have that, then yes, it is something they can't control. If they are BSing, then yes, it is kink shaming.
Oh yeah, I learned something in the past. It was like a few years back where me and my friend was just talking about random stuff about phobia, and there's a phobia about booba.
Oh.
And I gotta be honest, I don't want to know the science of that.
Yeah, I probably don't want to know either, but yep. Phobia.
You want to hear the sentence that my friend? He's like, then what did you do when you have that? Like you're female, you like rush. Do you rush from booba to booba? I don't know how it makes sense. But it sounds funny. It's kind of concerning.
Oh, look at you guys sending stuff in here. I didn't even know you guys were doing this in here while I'm talking away.
Yes. I am.
You are arting it up in here.
Oh,
so
I told you, I prepare some art stuff to do because I will be listening and doing stuff. That's why I was so quiet.
Yeah, you did really good.
Yeah, that's really good. Like, what? That's so clean. The way you blend. Oh my.
Okay, look.
I hate the yellow.
I can see this. The messy. Everyone is a messy creative.
Everyone's messy creative.
Everybody is. If you're an actual creative, you're messy.
Yeah.
My teacher literally just said later. Earlier. Oh my god, I'm getting stuff. Like that earlier, a few hours ago, and he said, "Oh, like you need to keep your table clean and stuff." And I look at him like, "You want to go to my room and clean it? I'll welcome you."
Oh yeah. I can confirm. I am even like when I'm arting, I'm just messy as hell. Even if it's my tablet, because I work on my bed, and my actual table it's just completely cluttered with stuff.
Dude, I'm cluttered.
Yeah.
I need to like make space. I was
Yeah.
telling Aya this. Wires. Wires are everywhere. There's so many freaking wires.
Yeah, sometimes I
can't.
wonder how people don't trip on the wires.
I cannot deal with
Because-
this.
Oh, I
I keep getting more things that I need to hook up and more wires appear and I'm just like, oh god.
have 3 wire on the floor, and I don't trip on them.
No, but like a plethora of them.
I'm meaning
So,
like
like,
my
multiple-
streaming wire. There's over 20. There's over 20 wires, man. Like, and I'm not exaggerating either. Not exaggerate. I have wires for cams and mics and keyboards and stream decks and 2 monitors and okay, I'm gonna start doing the 6 consoles and all.
I have
all the freaking wires. No, my wires are not tangled. They are not tangled. It's just there are so many of
I can
them.
show you a picture of my, like, how my laptop is set.
Yeah, cat cam, dog cam.
Cat. All that crazy shit.
Cat cam, dog cam, probably getting bite by a dog. I don't know.
Fucking satellites.
NASA landing speed, dude.
Dog tree. Oh, cat tree, not dog tree. Dog bed.
Dog tree.
I sent it in a group chat. You can
But-
see, like, it's a little triangle. It's not that bad.
Yeah, your space is a lot neater than mine. But
Yeah, it looks way
I have-
weirder than mine.
I have a lot of
What-
stuff on mine that I thought I was going to be able to keep here for aesthetic, and I'm realizing it is literally just in my way, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to have to, like, clear out things.
Yeah.
Having aesthetics
Yeah.
and doing this is, like, it's no bueno. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I have too many plugs, I have too many wires, I have too many gadgets. It's not happening.
No, actually, I will show you the actual, like, mess that I put aside for this. I have, like, a whole basket and stuff just for this.
Oh yeah, now this one. Now this is abysmal.
Oh my god.
I like your guys' comparison, how Aya's like, let me show you what actual chaos looks like. And then Kyo's like, this is the real thing in her nice little stacks, and then you
Yeah.
and you see Aya, this.
This. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, and there's the literal Jack in the Box ranch on top. On top of it. I'm gonna put that away.
Dude, I can actually, if you guys are okay with it, I could show stream the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. You can roast it for all I care.
Wait, hold
It's-
on. Let me check if there's any information.
Yeah, just make sure
on it,
there's no
though.
information, and I will show
There's
chat.
like glass picture. Hold on. Wait, I need to.
Oh, look at the little Mista emote. It's so cute. But yeah, as long as you guys are good with your pictures, you know there's nothing in it. Like I'll show them what the comparison of how Kyo is thinking her thing is messy compared to
Oh, you have a nice shelf. I have like 10 more. And I'm not gonna explain how did I got there.
Yeah, your things are so neatly placed. And then I just have like the random shit.
Oh yeah,
on my-
wait, don't show the shelf. Don't show the shelf.
don't
You
show
know,
the shelf.
Like, the shelf is kind of like weird.
No, not the elf on the shelf. Those things are creepy.
You have an elf on a shelf in your room for no reason.
Wait, elf? Where?
No, she doesn't have. I don't see it. I don't see one.
Yeah, I don't see one. But I know there's.
Oh yeah, there's an extra keyboard up there that's like all the tabs room.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a funny thing to do, like a rate your setups.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
And then I put mine and everyone sees how cluttered I am. I'll just take a picture and do what Shu did and throw everything in the background and act like it's not there. That was that was cheating. Just saying. That was cheating.
I'm not gonna lie. I understand how to do it. Because I generally, before the stream started, I literally just went throwing everything aside and clear my desk. And I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna put it back.
Dude, 3 bags of trash. Like, dude. Okay, let me put them up here. Let me add some images here. So first image we are going to add is Kyo's desk that she feels looks very messy.
Nah. Lies.
This is what she feels is a crazy, messy artist desk. This is what she feels.
I need to give you context. I was doing some art when I was watching.
She thinks this is crazy, guys.
Wait, no. What do you mean?
She thinks crazy. She thinks this is crazy messy.
That looks so neat.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I cleaned some stuff up.
That looks so neat.
I cleaned some stuff up for the picture.
Yeah, bro, I have Mista level stories of messy, dude. Right? Yeah, I have that.
And then she gets another one. Now, that's not the only one, guys. Where...
Oh no.
She thinks this is messy also.
You haven't.
When it's legit just art supplies. It's just art supplies.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
There's a stack of books on the floor and another stack of stuff on the side.
But it's neatly in a basket.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It is neatly in a.
Floor.
It is in the. It's in a freaking basket.
It's fine.
It is stacked in a stack in a basket.
When you place it, it looked like it's like Dezi's room.
What? That looks fine, Kyo.
Now, let's compare to the true thing of.
Yeah. Now let me tell you, my desk I've never really used in a long time because it's so fucking cluttered.
We have Aya.
Yeah. Okay, show the thing.
A messy artist.
Yeah, this. No, this shit.
The messy artist that Kyo is claiming to be. You see this?
Yeah.
I clean my room.
Yeah,
I like how she's saying now that she cleans her room.
No, she cleans her room. Now let me tell you.
Stream.
Fucking messy. Dude, let me tell you, sometimes my mother also like comes into my room and then she leaves stuff on the tables, so it's, and I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck? Do I need this medication? Huh?
I have a basket of just like empty water bottle outside. It's kind of full. I need to take it downstairs.
See, and she's already thinking about other things she needs to take downstairs. Meanwhile, we have this.
I planned that like last month.
Espo, why am I using a foldable shirt? It's the only one I can get that does not fall. That does not topple to the ground if I put my ass on it.
I'm also using one.
Yeah. They're cheap, okay? I'm broke.
Well, technically, they kind of like robbed it from my parents, but you know what?
She's a broke, messy artist. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Unlike Kyo, who thinks she is a messy artist, but in reality is just extremely organized and has a few things out of place.
Exactly.
Like, I can't.
This is I cleaned my room like 2 days ago, and this is me clearing my mess.
Look, I think you just made
Or-
Aya dye pan. I think Aya just straight up dye panned, man. She
Oh no. I just dye panned with my door.
Because you're over here like, this is me after like 2 days of not cleaning, and she's like, excuse me?
You wanna know a funny thing? I was supposed to do the cleaning like last week, and I only did like
I can't shit. Wait, shit down. What? Sit down. What? I can't sit down. My ass is too thick to be supported by any chair. No, that's me with also a swivel chair in another room. When I try to like lean back, it will probably try to kill you.
Dude, I have one of those in this house.
Oh,
I will not.
no.
I will not sit on it because it's almost killed me multiple times, and I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I remember trying to reuse a white foldable chair in that same room, and it also tried to kill me.
Maybe it's that room.
Yeah,
But
probably that one room.
But I do like how this stream randomly took a turn into like roasting my mods.
You know, I'm neat with like.
It just took a turn randomly where I'm like looking at you guys in our little chat, and I'm like, how is this messy?
Well, you see, I can keep my room easily.
But you see, I can
Okay,
clean it
messy.
more. The thing is, it's messy because I can clean it even more.
But like, this is the thing that you should be concerned. My drink grew like mold because I forgot like for 2 months.
So you're okay, Alira. Wait. Freaking tea for 4 months and talk about it.
It happened like 3 times.
Well, as long as you don't accidentally drink it. I guess.
I mean, I almost did, and
Oh
then
my-
I look at the cup, and it was like mold, and I was like, I think it's not drinkable.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
You know when there's like a little bit of water, there's like this cool kind of thing, and it's like kind of like growing mold.
All I'm imagining is if that thing's been there 2 months, there has to be some mold somewhere.
Yeah, there's
Are,
some mold.
are you doing like a mini Mr. experiment or something?
Yeah, what are you plotting?
You're plotting. What is she plotting?
Well,
Like, what are you plotting to do with that water?
I mean, making the people who are gonna do the dishes suffer.
Well, that's our Kyo.
Oh my god. But seriously, yours isn't bad.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they typically have to like clean a lot of stuff, and then they're just me giving them a cup with like mold in it.
Whoops. But, yeah, you guys you're fine.
Should we be scared for Dezi?
Well, no, I'm not saying, well, the thing is, my stuff isn't bad. It's just there's a lot of freaking wires. There's just so many wires. And it's, like, overwhelming. Because it's, like, I didn't realize I was gonna, it's like, okay, I knew I was gonna need a lot of stuff.
You know, we were talking.
Oh my gosh, no! No, Espa! No!
No.
Oh my god! No!
No.
Oh, which remind me, I caught a spider like a few hours ago before the stream started, and then I trapped it. I trapped the spider in a container, probably for like 30 minutes,
Oh shoot.
and then I released it outside. I'm like, if you go into my room again, I'm gonna kill you.
Nah. I don't really see spiders that often, but it's always at the worst possible times. I would always, when I'm just when I'm about to step into the shower, near the corner of the bathroom, I literally see a big boy spider staring
Big
me
boy.
down. Yeah,
It's
it's huge.
asserting its dominance
Yeah,
on you.
it's asserting on my dominance while
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
trying to
Espo!
bathe.
Espo, what the?
Yeah.
Are you a mistake?
I'm.
Are you a mistake, Espo?
Yeah, Espa, are you a mistake?
Are you? Are you part of the Mr. Mistake
Are you? Yeah.
peoples?
I think.
Are you related to Mr.?
Like what kind of? Oh,
Espa.
Mr. What the hell? What the fuck?
Wait, it's okay.
It's okay. I like how
think
Granny
I'll
Kia's
sleep.
coming in, going, "It's okay."
What?
I fell asleep.
It's okay,
I
baby.
woke up, I picked up my pillow, and there's like 2 bugs out under my pillow.
Nah. I would run away. Nah.
You know what I did? I picked that shit up, and then I lay back down. Go to sleep.
How? Like, the only time I've had, like, a worse thing going on when it came to bugs near my...
That's literally reminding me of how Mista said he's never gonna have maggots in his rice cooker again.
God, not the maggot.
It's never gonna get that bad again.
Yeah. I don't get maggots, but I get, like, stupid weevils. They appear in my rice every time. I always... That's why I always, like, stab a fork in my rice. Every single time.
I don't.
You
I don't
attack your
like-
rice?
No. With, like uncooked rice, I would put in, like, stainless steel silverware and just stick it in, because that's how you get weevils out.
I like how I'm supposed to be teaching you guys stuff, and I'm just getting creeped out by all the shit that's happening right now. I'm just like...
Yeah. Anything to protect my rice. I love my rice.
You know,
Well, I'm glad you got a
when
new
this whole
mattress. I wouldn't want you to be on that mattress.
Yeah, I hope not.
wait, you buy a new
Like
mattress?
how Gallant's a mistake, and she's like,
What?
Yeah. Dope. Oh, that's why.
Wait, I was
And that's
supposed
why
to buy a
bugs
new
don't
mat-
phase you.
Wait,
Oh my god.
I was supposed to buy a new mattress?
I'm snacking, guys. I'm kind of hungry, sorry.
Oh, it's alright.
I drank all my soda, so I have now.
It's not messy until you need a bug-killing machine going.
Bug killing machine at all hours. Yeah, mistakes here. Yeah, as a mistake.
What?
What the hell?
I'm the machine though.
You're the machine.
You're the machine!
Granny Keo
I'm
never
the one who,
dies.
You'll never die.
I'm the one who manually killing all
Manually?
Manually? Do you, like, literally just have an
She pokes
assembly of weapons just for killing bugs?
Oh no, I just kinda use like paper.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. I also use, like, the...
I was expecting her
I
to
don't
go,
know.
like, Granny Keo style and smack it with her hand and scream at it.
Oh, wait, I think, like, one time I saw a spider in my brother's room, and there was, like, a massive wooden brick in his room as well, so I chucked it at the spider.
That's something that I would do with cockroaches. I will not go near them.
Oh yeah, fucking cockroaches.
Dude,
Oh,
no,
God, the
like,
ones
I
in-
just take large objects and throw it and then run. I don't even care if it hits it or not. I'm just like, bye.
Oh yeah, I think with, like, cockroaches, I don't know, it's something in my family's tradition where that all the women in my family can probably take down a cockroach. I don't know.
I stepped on it.
Why
I don't
is there
know.
a tradition about caring about if you can take down a cockroach?
I don't know. It's a quote-unquote tradition where, I don't know, for some reason my aunt, whenever she sees a cockroach, she literally grabs it and, like, yeets it to the ground. Hard.
I
Like,
kinda
Okay.
just
hit to the
stepped on
ground.
Okay.
Because,
or use,
like,
Way to assert
cockroaches-
dominance.
yeah, Yeah, and I know how to do that too.
Oh, you're learning the tradition.
Yeah. Yeah, because
We love
like cockroaches in Asia, they fly. They
What do
can
you mean in
sense
Asia?
danger.
They fly in Florida too. When I was a kid, I got
Oh,
Oh
starved
no,
by
fly
nah, not
everywhere.
Florida.
Florida is like
They fly
hell.
everywhere.
I grew up there. I don't live there anymore. But dude, there are mutant bugs in Florida. Oh my
Oh
god.
no,
I don't know what they
nah.
drank. I don't know what nuclear waste they got into. But those bugs out there are insane.
Oh
They
god.
I have been scared so many times. Like Florida bugs are like their own breed. It's not
You
even
know
No.
it's like
the
Florida
bug?
is Australia of the US when it comes to bugs.
Yeah. Oh god.
Do
I
you know those like insects kind of look like the senti something? I forgot the name.
Centipedes. Ugh.
I saw it crawl in my room once. I was like, what the
No.
fuck?
No. Fuck centipedes. I hate them. I want them to burn.
And
I want them all
I
to burn in front of my face. Let them die. Let them die.
I think I kind of like use something, mic them, and then just throw them.
Dude, no.
I don't know how
Nah.
to do that.
Nah, no.
Like, there was one time, I remember it was so funny. Like, now I can say it's funny. At the time, I almost peed on myself. But, I opened up my window. And I was looking and, like, there's a screen, obviously. Because this is when I was younger and I was in Florida. And, there was a screen. And I'm looking and I think it's a bird. That's how big it is, guys. That's how big it is. I think there is a bird hanging on the other side of the window.
Oh no.
And I'm looking at it like, what is this? And then all of a sudden, the wings open. And it gets bigger. And takes up a good chunk of the window.
Jesus Christ.
A freaking bug, dude. It was a huge, fuzzy ass bug. With wings and its body. I thought it was a bird because it was so big. And I'm just like looking at it and I started screaming because even though it was on the other side of the window, that thing, I'm pretty sure if it hurled enough force could break through a window. That thing, I shut the blinds. I locked the window.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Jesus.
No.
Since
No, I don't want that in my house.
my hometown is gonna have like their own garden. I have seen like snake in the like yard before.
Oh god, wait, what kind of snakes? I know lots.
Like I don't
She
know
gets
the
excited. I know
exact
lots.
I know lots. Wait, if there's fucking rattlesnakes, get away. Nah.
Yeah.
Fuck rattlesnakes.
Yeah, rattlesnakes.
Fuck.
But you see, the
Fuck
thing
them.
is,
I got a story
snake
about a
here is
rattlesnake.
hard to see
Oh.
like what kind of.
Oh yeah, I nearly escaped death from one.
Yeah, me too. My cat saved
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
I
bless your
think,
cat.
if I'm not
I just
wrong,
ran.
No, I was like 4 or 5. Like I said, how I used to like go to random houses.
Oh yeah.
My kitty would go with me.
Aw.
And his name was Chester.
Chester.
And he was a gray kitty and he had like a white spot in his chest. And little white sockies.
Ah.
And so I was walking to my neighbor's house. And out of nowhere, a snake came and like sat right in front of me. And like curled up. Like it was huge too. It curled up. And like the striking pose, like it curled up.
No.
And its like rattle was just going and going. And
No.
I was like smart enough to understand it was a rattlesnake. It was very dangerous and I needed to get away. And I screamed bloody murder. And my cat jumped in front of me. This snake is like 10 times bigger than my cat, dude. My cat did not care. It started smacking it and batting it, trying to keep it away from me. And I was just like screaming and trying to get away from it. And oh my god, like I can't get the image out of my head of like how my cat was like smacking it around so I can get away. Like full on, that thing wanted to strike me. Like it was like dead set on me, and my cat kept smacking its head to the ground over and over again, trying to keep it away from me.
Oh, you know what? What?
But yeah, I think he got bit. My cat. But I didn't know because he lived like years and years after that, right? But years later, I like found like this scar on him that looked like a snake bite. So if he did get bit, I mean, it was a big bite too, like a big scar, and it was like on his neck. But if he did get bit, he lived like a long time after that.
Yep. Dang.
Your cat is
your cat's a lifesaver.
Literally.
Yeah, your cat. Bless your cat.
He was awesome. I loved him. He was my buddy. He went with me everywhere.
Why did the people who taught you how to deal with something like that? So I don't remember who, but someone told me that it's like a snake approach you should like stand still and not breathe. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like standing there?
What are you?
Okay, with venomous snakes, if they bite you, the immediate thing that they're gonna do is the venom gets injected into your bloodstream, right?
Yeah.
When you move, your blood circulates faster.
Oh.
Like it's a natural thing that your heart does. Like you move, your heart beats faster to produce what you need. So it makes the blood circulate faster, which makes the venom circulate faster through your body. Now, also with breathing, you're breathing in oxygen, which then the heart is like, okay, we got to pump this to the body too. And so the being still and not breathing, yeah, that's one thing. But the other thing is people usually try to like actively suck the venom out of other people if they get bit, because it's like trying to pull it out before it goes in too much. You kind of buy time until you can get like an anti-venom. So it's like, it's pretty much what you're doing is you're just trying to buy time, because the only thing you can do is buy time until you can get like the anti-venom. Because anything you do is just basically buying time.
You see, the thing is they told us to do that before the snake even bite us. So I'm like, so they
want you to stand there and get bit?
Yeah, I'm like, what? It's kind of
okay. That's like, okay, like maybe they got different animals mixed up. I don't know, but
I think they like this.
I mean, I can see in a sense if you're like, if you know for a fact you're gonna get bit, like there is no way you're getting out of getting bit or not. I can see how it would be better to be calm and get bit, because it won't circulate as fast. Like if you're running and it caught you and bit you, because your body's already in pump up fight mode, which means your blood's gonna circulate so fast there's no hope for that shit. But it's like, if you have like a chance of not getting bit, I'd rather take the chance of not getting bit over standing there and wondering, am I gonna get bit?
I think they're trying to make us do this, like, play dead thing. I'm like,
okay, that's a bear. That's a freaking bear. You do
no.
Snakes don't give a flying. Snakes do not care if you play dead.
Yeah, snakes. Nah, they'll
go over there and just eat you.
Yeah, they will eat.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They will like.
So I'm like, what?
Snakes don't discriminate, dude. Usually they kill their food before they eat it anyways. Like you're gonna just like be like, here, I'm prepping myself for you. Like what the?
Yeah, for real.
Like, it's fucking nature. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They will bite you, then run away.
Or they'll
don't know,
eat
they're
you if they're hungry.
Or yeah,
They're literally
For
gonna
food.
swallow you into their body. Oh yeah, snake have this. I have like this ability to like eat a whole ass human.
Oh
What?
no!
Yeah.
Wait! I got a question, Kyo. You did say you had a snake story earlier. What was that?
Oh, that's next week. Oh yeah, I think apparently my related house have like this wing that we can like play on, right?
Yeah.
So apparently when we were like playing on it, and it was also like a fruit tree too. So there was a snake crawl down from the tree,
No.
and yeah, and I think my uncle saw it, and he was trying to kill it. But you know, when the ground is soil and stuff, it's hard to like hit it when they're like soil and shit. So and I think in the end we did try to see if the fucking snake have fang or not, but apparently we cannot because the bitch was like moving around like it was getting like violated or something. I mean, technically it was getting beat up.
Getting
But
violated.
yeah. But after we killed it, the snake did have fangs. So yeah, it was a poisonous snake.
Nah, no, it's called venomous. Yeah.
Yeah, venomous and poisonous are two different things.
Yeah,
Is it two different things?
Yeah, venomous
Oh my
is
God.
like, oh, they inject venom, meaning that, oh, if you touch them, no, you're not going to get poisoned by them. It's just like they inject the venom into you.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
so you're telling me that my hometown usually have venom snake in their garden?
Yes. Yes. So you're fucked.
So you're
No,
fucked.
yeah, it
I like
wasn't
how
right.
Aya's just like, so you're fucked.
I have heard many stories of like my relative almost get bit by fucking venom snake. I'm like,
No, they're
so
dodging bullets.
calm.
They're dodging bullets.
Okay, now I'm questioning how is my relative be living? Oh my God, they'd be thriving so hard after many attempts of the snake trying to bit.
Kyo just has a natural resistance to snake venom she doesn't know about yet, like Spider-Man.
Yes. You secretly have an immunity to snake venom.
I think I witnessed a snake being beat up to death. It was quite funny to watch.
Oh my gosh, Kyo.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry to say
The
like,
Kyo over here, like, it was
Kyo.
funny. Like,
the snake
that
was wailing,
angel that
okay,
fell
the-
to hell thing is starting to come out of Kyo right now.
Yeah. Kyo.
The snake was like wailing, and the way the snake wailed was like so funny. It's like it's just kind of funny.
But I have a spider one. Do you guys know what banana spiders are?
Oh yeah, I know what those are. Oh
No.
no, they're. I think I know they're huge.
Yes, they are huge. What is it with me and bananas? But anyways, what?
It all comes full circle.
It always comes back to bananas. But yeah, banana spiders. Let me see if I can find a picture for you, Kyo, just so you can have the full experience here. Let's see.
Also, do you have arachnophobia, just in case?
Oh yeah, anyone here that has some sort of
Like, yeah.
weird
But oh no, we're
spider?
not going to show it. We're not going to show it though.
Yeah, we just send it again. Like,
Yeah, that's fine.
oh my God, I open DM when I see my room.
Yeah, I will give a warning, like a vocal warning that I'm gonna have it on the screen for those that have arachnophobia, and you just like don't look at your screen until I say I took it off, okay?
Yeah.
Like that's what we'll do.
Or I can just try to like make a really crappy drawing.
No, they need to see the size. They need to see the size.
Oh, okay.
The size is important so they can understand my story. They need to
Got
see
it.
they need to see the bigness.
Okay.
Let's go, big spider.
Cause it was big.
Spider.
What happened to me? It was a biggin. need to...
I'm watching. I have to turn down the stream noise because I'm hearing like my voice and everyone's voice like twice.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm just watching the chat. Even though I'm quiet, just know I'm watching the chat.
Just know she's still there, guys, and she will cut you.
Even if I said I was doing art, I was still watching you. You think you're free from my free watch? No, I was watching you this whole time.
Trying to find a good picture of this.
It was quite funny though. I was doing art and look up and people just commenting a lot of stuff and I'm just like, oh. Yeah, no one is safe. You know,
These
when
people
there's like
that
something...
went and put their hands behind it, are you serious? They put their hands behind it for size reference. Blech.
What the?
And it's a dude, so you know it's a big hand.
Oh no!
What I wanna see.
Nah.
I wanna see.
Oh, you're gonna see.
Oh yeah. Probably put in a spoiler tag just in case. Or not.
Well, I'm just gonna give a thing right now for people before I put it on the screen. I will give a fair warning before it goes on the screen. And just so you guys know, when I tell my story, this is for size reference, and just know that what happened to me, it was bigger. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And also I was young. I was like 8, I think. So let me go ahead. Okay, before I put it on here, arachnophobia. Warning. This is a huge, gross spider. So if you do not like spiders and they freak you out and you have a phobia, please do not look back at the screen until I say so. Pretty please. Because I don't want you getting the phobia activated or anything. But I'm about to put it on the screen, okay? 3, 2, 1.
I don't see.
Oh goodness.
Is the delay or is it me?
Okay.
No, I also have delayed, so we just gotta see it for ourselves later on.
Oh,
this.
Oh shit! Oh,
this.
Wait, they slow?
Jesus Christ!
This is a banana spider. This.
Oh my god, guys!
Is almost the size, because what happened to me. This is smaller than what happened to me. You are not naming it because I'm taking it off my screen when I'm done.
Can I name the spider in your story?
No. I don't want it to have a name because of what happened to me. But, yeah, see, look at Gallon with the
Gallon, that's all of us, honestly.
It's pretty, though. It's kind of pretty.
Okay,
now,
it looks nice, but
it looks nice, but after I tell you the story, you're probably going to be like, oh god. So, I was like 8, and I was in my backyard in Florida, in the Australia of the US.
Oh no.
And I was walking, and as you can see, their web from this picture isn't really extremely visible.
Oh.
And I walked into the web that was in between 2 trees.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, when I walked into it, and I was trying to wipe stuff off my face, I felt a plop on the top of my head.
No!
Straight up, big, just, heavy landing on my head. And then I started to feel the little legs, not really little, but I started to feel the legs moving because it was scrambling in my curly hair. And it was feet were touching my face. And I was screaming. And on top of that, it got worse. It had babies.
No.
And the babies were in the web. And the babies fell on my shoulders.
Oh, no.
So I felt the babies crawling on my shoulders. And I felt this thing that's bigger than what this picture is showing scrambling around on my head trying to gain its footing. I screamed bloody murder, flung my head around as hard as possible, flung my entire body, threw myself onto the ground, and was rolling around screaming. I did not care where this thing went. I didn't care. I just wanted it off of me. I could still feel the legs touching my face. But yeah, I'm removing it from the screen now. I am removing it.
It's not done yet.
I am removing it. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
It's okay. So it's no longer on the screen if you do not want to see it. But yes, that is the thing that traumatized me when I was younger that landed on top of my head with its babies.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
This gonna be possibly.
Yeah, Gallant. The 3 Mista emotes. Yeah, that's just all of us.
Gallant's putting, I think what's funny is Mista's emotes actually fit a lot with stories I tell.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a lot of good emotes for stuff that I tell.
Yep. He does. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
I have been up for 3 hours.
You have what?
No, I have been up. It's like 5 a.m. I haven't slept.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna be having to end soon, too, so...
Yeah.
I can't be on much longer myself, guys.
Yeah, overall, open box, wild-ass stories. Welcome to Desi's open box.
Yeah, it'd only get more crazy from here. This was the first one. It'll get more crazy.
No, don't tell me there's a second.
What do you mean? You know my life is crazy.
Oh god, of course there's a second one.
Of course there's a lot more than just a spider that's happened to me and a rattlesnake that tried to kill me and my cat saved me.
Oh no.
I don't often see cat like snake. I do see my dog try to fight bigger dog every day.
Not all cats are like the cats I've had in my life. I've had some. Oh my gosh, I can't tell that story because I would legitimately traumatize people with some things I've been through, and that would need literal big trigger warnings.
Yeah.
But there will be other open box streams that will have heavier trigger warnings. We'll probably plan those to be late night open box streams as opposed to during the daytime. So that way, Kia will be a little more awake because she won't be falling asleep at 5 a.m.
Yeah, we're literally praying for her sleep
We're praying schedule. Pray for Kyo's sleep schedule. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have Dezi open box things be more of a late night thing because obviously it is more meant for a late night audience. And also, Yes, thank you. See, Gallant has it. Gallant has the...
Gallant has the praise.
Thank you. You're giving me ideas,
No.
Gallant. I'm not gonna lie, because I need extra emotes, so you're actually helping me with...
Yeah, praying, emote.
Oh, I approve.
I'm gonna do like a Dezi... Oh my... I'm gonna do like a Dezi pray, to be honest. I mean,
Ooh, Dezi praise.
I need a Dezi pray.
Praise, yeah.
And I need a Dezi slow dance too, because of like my lo-fi stuff. Like an animated slow dance.
Yeah.
But also an ear covering for like running away from conversations.
Dodge.
Yeah, like dodging the conversation.
Yeah, dodge.
But yeah. So to summarize, I'm gonna start planning the open box nights to be actual nights, so that way it's like more mature topics. This was the first one, kind of just like getting the feet wet kind of thing, kind of giving like even though we talked about a bunch of stuff, giving kind of a PG-13, 18 plus, even though it was kind of messed up what we talked about. Giving a PG-13 version of the open box thing that will be at night.
Cuphead DLC is out.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out. It's already out.
Cuphead DLC. Why do I feel like me and I are gonna have to play that?
Oh god. It's been a while since I played Cuphead.
I haven't played Cuphead. I played it like twice. So
yeah, me too.
We'll struggle together.
Yeah, we'll struggle together.
It'll be great.
We're playing Elden Ring tomorrow. Fuck my sleep schedule.
No. No, it's okay.
No, I'm not playing. Okay, look, Elden Ring tomorrow has to be a short stream because of IRL stuff. So it is a stream where I am making my character, which I tend to take my time making my character because I just like character creation. So I figured it'd be a nice chill chatting stream, making a character. I won't start the actual game until next week. So I have that for Elden Ring tomorrow is what I'm planning. So it's gonna be a nice chill character making Elden Ring stream, talking about random things and all that stuff. Probably me talking about other experiences that I've had randomly to like freak people out for no reason whatsoever. If you're part of this community, I think you should just get ready to get freaked out on the reg. It's just
Oh yeah. The next week I think I might be kind of busy for like a few days because like one of my cousins that I haven't met in like a few years like visiting, so.
Oh, of course.
I'm probably gonna be focused.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, IRL, and plus you're like a completely like. Your time zone is so opposite ours. It's like...
Yeah, it's from the other side of the world.
So...
I'm sacrificing sleep.
No.
It's okay. We're gonna figure stuff out, and plus I'm gonna start doing like later night streams too.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You're welcome, Espa.
Yeah, also
Take care.
Next Monday, I also have like IRL stuff because I planned out a day where I'm going on a date with my boyfriend. So.
Oh yeah, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about that. I just pulled it out, and I'm like,
just throwing out.
I'm single.
The sauce. The sauce.
Sauce.
Down low on our little chaos control center has a partner in crime here.
You know what?
Yeah, I have a partner in crime.
She was like, "Hold up, I was about to leave, but what? What?
Oh, you heard nothing.
She just drops a bomb like that right when I'm leaving? What?
Oh no.
Oh, no. But yes, we'll be talking our background talks about when we're going to be doing stuff, and plus I still have to make next week's schedule anyways, which will definitely be different from this week's because this was like obviously the very first week and everything, and like the debut, obviously I'm not going to be debuting every single week, so that's not going to be the same. The only thing that might be kind of similar is the Bayonetta day. I might keep Bayonetta days on Wednesdays, but the time might change depending on what we all discuss and everything. Because I'm not sure if I'm a daytime streamer or a nighttime streamer. I am trying to make up my mind. So I need to...
I'm definitely more of the night.
I'm starting to feel like I'm leaning more nighttime because getting up, I was called a slug this morning and I did not appreciate being called a slug. I was told I looked like a slug trying to get out from under my covers because I was like moving around all funky trying to get out from under my covers.
You can commit throw hand.
But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here because I got other IRL thingies. It'll be around the same thing tomorrow where, you know, I'll be starting around the same time and ending around the same time tomorrow. But then, like, you know, for the Elden Ring character creation stream. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be doing astrology. So for those of you that have been wanting to come to the astrology and learn astrology stuff, I know there's some people that want to have their charts done live, which I will do that too. And teach you guys whatever you would like to know and see what goes on that. If people are very interested in how the astrology goes, then what we will do, I will probably start planning out 101s or 102 type things where I do like an astrology teaching thing once a month or something, like going from basics going into advanced kind of stuff so people can watch VODs and catch up if they miss it. But yeah, that is what I am thinking of doing, and that's the rest of the week because Sunday I will not be live. So, yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let my lovely Fugi mods do their sign-offs.
Okay. Aya's signing off. I'm going to evaporate.
Oh, wait, what happened?
She evaporated.
Oh, she actually evaporated. No.
Okay, Kyo, now it's your turn to say goodbye and evaporate, I guess.
I'm playing Mr. Devil Founder. It has a new flavor. Red Bull. No, it's not Red Bull.
Don't get me in trouble with copyright saying Red Bull.
Sorry, we kind of forgot that we robbed the Red Bull, like brand, you know. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Excuse my grandma brain. Even Mr. Down there's questioning.
For safety reasons, it's Ligmable, guys. It's Ligmable. There you go. Right there.
Yeah, we don't get copyrighted. Oh yeah, I made a new can. I made a new flavor. I made a new flavor. Like,
yeah, I know, your diet bowl.
Not... yeah.
Okay.
I made it for the stream. I forgot to bring it with me. So yeah, maybe the next stream I'll be holding my diet bowl. It's original, guys. Like, don't tell some friend. I don't know.
I like how Aya's trying to damage control after she phased up, and all of a sudden she's like, not copyright. It's copyright free.
It's copyright free, guys. Oh, brain. You know.
She has Granny Kyo brain.
Yes. If you want to buy one, I have one for one like sales kind of thing. It helps you grow wings and probably do some brain cell turn. Yeah, it's a deal. But yeah.
Okay. This is how Kyo signs off. This is how Kyo signs off, is by promoting her diet bowl before she leaves.
But yeah, Mr. Satan is blowing up my phone right now, so I'm gonna go meet up with him. So yeah, adios, bitches.
Okay. But yeah, I had so much fun with you guys today, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye. Until next time. Love you. Bye.
Yo, the stream was a success. Even though we're talking about some current stuff, it's a success. Wait, am I not supposed to be here right now? Wait.